Salute. It's your boy Gaming Skate back here with another one. Here to talk about the newly released 2022-2023 schedule for the New York Knickerbockers. But before we get started, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the dark notification bell to get each and every notification for each and every video I put out there. I appreciate you guys with the support. Suits my brother Justin L. Trying to work on some hats right now to get it for the season. And this preliminary, not necessarily sure, but I am planning to be at the Garden for the season opener, which is on a Friday. Not season opener, excuse me, home opener. I believe it's on a Friday. I'm forgetting, it's October something. So definitely, if you're out there, let me know. I'll be out there with Isaiah Sim, most likely with still Knick fans. I'm forgetting everybody now. Freaking Dope Soul. A podcast as well too. Freaking Tony Crow, all the guys, obviously Sim as well too. So if you want to, definitely sign up whenever Sim puts it out there for the tickets to be available. Should definitely be a fun time. But I appreciate you guys being here. Let me get to the freaking. Why I never could find my freaking what's the name, man? Suits everybody in the chat. God bless. But yeah, the newly released schedule is out, man. The New York Knicks, 2022-2023, it's here, man. Seems like the league don't like us as much, man. We got less nationally televised games. I read a chart on Twitter that said we had the least amount of games between going from opponent to opponent, something like that. It's like, come on, bro. So we don't even get rest, no reprieve, nothing. No relief for the Knicks, man. But it is what it is. If we're Warriors, if we're supposed to be like that, I mean, it don't really matter, right? You're supposed to rise to the occasion. But let's go over some stats before we even get started on this schedule. Again, 16 nationally televised games, 13 excluding the NBA TV games. So obviously, it'll be 3 NBA TV games. This is down from last year. We had 29 nationally televised games. And that's what you get for, and 22 of them were non-NBA TV games. Suits to my brother Dale Chapman in the building. By the way, suits to Brett Beatty for the two-run home run in his first at bat, second pitch, breaking ball. Come on, like what are we doing here, man? Put some respect on my son, Brett Beatty, man. The Mets right now, I think we have the 5th best farm, if you include Beatty. Have the 5th best farm in the league. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? You got Alvarez, you got Beatty. Like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Let's stop playing my Mets. Obviously, we're in a rain delay, but. It is what it is. Yeah, suit to my guy, Adele Chapman in the building. But there's going to be 16 nationally televised games, like I said, 13 excluding NBA TV games, which is interesting. Again, you don't make the playoffs. You don't get as much love as you did when you did make the playoffs. Does it help us to get less exposure? I mean, it is what it is. I think the team itself just being trash. Suit to my brother, Ernesto, Bricks Nation, salute, bro. Doesn't really, I don't know if it really matters. Let me just see the actual nationally televised games. I have the schedule up here. Why is my phone going off like that? What the shizer? Come on. Why can't I find this damn... Hey, yo, what is wrong with my... Hold on. Sorry about that. Suits to Gavin Kelly in the building, a.k.a. converted Knicks fan. Used to be Indiana Pacers. Come on, my guy. Drip more Bakut, salute, my guy. How you doing? So the schedule, I'm trying to find, I had a Twitter was saying that point out all the games. All right, yeah, so the nationally televised games are going to be Memphis. That's going to be our first game is going to be at Memphis, which again should be interesting because again, that Memphis team, I think they are sniffing around the Western Conference Finals this year. I think they're sniffing around possibly getting past that level. I don't know if they're a finals team yet, but Ja Morant obviously is going to be an issue that we have to take care of. Desmond Bane has been a thorn in our side. He's an agitator, a guy can hit from outside. His own ball skills have been improving. Obviously, you get a healthy Dylan Brooks. Gonna get your boy JJJ back again, who's looked good coming back from injury. And knock on wood, he isn't any other prolonged injury states. But Memphis, that's going to be a very interesting game. That's going to it's going to be a meter for how we start out, how we look starting out. And obviously last year we were 5-1 to start out our first 6 games. We had that absurdly good game against the Celtics with Evan Fournier and his heroics. But Memphis definitely won. The NBA TV game, Orlando. Now, Orlando is a team that I'm not sure if we look past. Remember last year, what did we go against them? 2-2 last? No. What did we go against Orlando last year? Yeah, 2-2 last year. We lost that game where Cole Anthony had 29 points. We lost the other game where we had like a bunch of turnovers in the fourth quarter. Everybody in the starting lineup had like double digits. Your man Mo Bamba was killing us on the boards, mollywopping us. Right, so again, that's a team I'm not really looking past to say that we're gonna beat them. And again, now you got Paulo Banchero, you got Franz Wagner coming back, a healthier Jalen Suggs, who you're expecting to improve his jump shot. Got Markelle Fultz is gonna be fully healthy. The Magic, not to say, and I'm gonna get to my surprising teams. I'm not saying we shouldn't beat them, but I'm not saying that we should beat them like that. That's a team that may give us issues, and of course Terrence Ross come off the bench. I don't know what his average is against the Knicks. I'm pretty sure his career average has to be in the 20s or something like that. He always kills the Knicks. That's not a game I'm looking past. Another NBA TV game, Boston in the Garden, coming off the championship appearance. That's a team that has given us issues in the past. We beat them last year, first game. We've kind of gone back and forth with them, the Boston Celtics, the past 2 years, to be honest. But the first year, I remember we had guys who were injured. I believe they had Jaylen Brown out. No, they had Tatum out. I can't remember which one. It was the one where IQ went off. But it was either Brown or Tatum out, and Kemba was also out. And a few other players were out too. But I can't remember if it was Tatum or Brown. I want to say it was Tatum, but I can't remember. But obviously, that's going to be another team. Again, these Atlantic Conference teams that we have issues with. We won 5 games last year in the Atlantic Conference. We were 5-11. The year before that, we were 4-12. So again, we struggle with the guys in our own conferences. Boston Celtics definitely not looking past. That's a team that I'm looking for us to play up to the occasion. I'm looking for big games from guys like R.J. Barrett. Looking for big games from guys like Jalen Brunson as well too. We have to take care of the Tatum Brown association that seems to have gotten better when we beat them last year with the R.J. Barrett buzzer beater. Then you got the next game, Brooklyn. Come on. As much as those two nincompoops and Kyrie and KD are talking about wanting to leave and blah, they've been a thorn in our side for years. As a team that we had issues with for years. When they had guys missing here, we had KD on it, had issues with them. Kyrie or KD would miss, or Harden, I think missed like a half or something like that, still lost it. I think that was a Randall game. Right? So again, I'm not looking past really any of these teams, man. Golden State. The next one would be Utah. Obviously, the whole Donovan Mitchell thing. You're wondering whether he's going to be there or not. That's not a team I'm taking lightly if they have Donovan. I'm not taking any teams really lightly. Period. But obviously, Donovan Mitchell still being there is going to be interesting. The camera's going to be on his face, all his facial movements, all his little machinations. What is he doing? Is he laughing? Is he smiling? It's gonna be more theater than a basketball game if he's still on the Utah Jazz at that time. Golden State, obviously, another test for us. That's at Golden State. Champions. They have a stacked team. Curry, you have Clay coming back. Even though he's getting older, you're hoping he's going to be healthy. Draymond Green, Jordan Poole's had a nice surprising year last year. Going to have guys like Kuminga coming back for another coming back his sophomore season. Moody. You got freaking Andrew Wiggins, who's been who might be a player the Knicks might have to look at in the near future. Especially if you don't go after a guy like that, if you don't get Donovan Mitchell type. Atlanta is an interesting one. That's going to be the next game on ESPN at the Garden. I think the Atlanta Hawks are a team that definitely going to be a thorn outside. I know people may think that DeJounte Murray's a punk, but that tandem between Murray and Trae Young, now Trae Young can play off the ball a little bit. You have a guy who can operate with the ball in his hands. You can keep guys like Bogdan a little bit way off the ball. You don't have to ask them to kind of create as much as you did the past 2 seasons, especially when Trae Young is out of the game. It's gonna be a very interesting game to watch. They're gonna be a thorn outside. That's gonna be, I don't say our rivals because they're not really be at the one playoff series, but that's a team that's looking to try to make some noise. I think in the East, and I think DeJounte Murray going to start to see his true nature of this antagonist. Don't be surprised if you see some fights in that game. That's all I'm gonna say. Next game, Chicago. That's another team that plays us tough. People can say Chicago's not been good, or that we're better than Chicago. We don't play Chicago. It's always kind of like an even affair with them. Last year we were 2-2 against Chicago. They beat us in a game where Julius Randle had 38 points. So again, I don't look past Chicago like it's some team that we're gonna easily model. By the way, let me make sure my volume is on. Hold on. So yeah, I don't look at Chicago like it's some team. Sorry about that. Just making sure my volume is on. I don't look past Chicago as a team that's been a thorn outside. Obviously, DeMar DeRozan is mollywopped us. LaVine is mollywopped us. They play good defense at times, but their bench is a big weakness. Vucevic is another guy who killed us that first game with his playmaking. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson wasn't fully healthy. Even with Mitchell Robinson fully healthy, his playmaking was just is an absolute thorn in our side. Like, we had no real answer for Vucevic that first game that we played, and I believe that was a game we won. And I want to say Vucevic was killing us. Again, another game with Golden State. Next game, Philadelphia 76ers. Now, suit to my guy, Punch Nice in the building. Suit to SF Niners Sports Nation in the building. NH Suit, my guy says Brunson, 7.5 assists a game when Doncic is out. Yes, 20 points a game as well. I think he shot 35% from three. 45% from the field. Yeah, but they also went like 8 and 9, right? But they play some tough teams. We talk about this all the time. But it's. Oh, sorry. Let me get back to this. But yes, Jalen Brunson, his production rate from Luka Doncic was good. But again, having a gravity play, we're talking about playing the next how many years, the rest of your life, the rest of your career without Doncic. So things will be different. But to get back to the schedule, Philadelphia 76ers, another team that plays this up. Now, I know we had that one game where people are, oh, yo, Mitch Robinson shut him down. Nah. Mitch Robinson didn't shut no damn Embiid down. Mitchell Robinson got help a lot that game, and it seemed to frustrate your man, freaking Joel Embiid. And I remember that game. Weren't they missing plays too? Weren't the 76ers missing plays that game too? So I don't know. I want to hear that stuff. We went 2-2 against them. That's a team that gave us issues. Even the game that we won, the early game we won, they were still making runs with guys like who's a guy who looks Dominican, but he has like a weird name, light skinned dude, the flat top head. They were giving us issues, and a guy that I think is gonna be, I don't know what awards you give him. I think he's one of the better ascending players in the league. It's your man Tyrese Maxey, bro. You know what's crazy? I'm not even as scared about James Harden. I think James Harden has lost a step. I think obviously the whole little traveling thing is nowhere near as effective when the league was trying to make him this artificial star. In my humble opinion, allegedly. But I'm scared of Tyrese Maxey. That boy, he's a baller. He's an issue. He's a problem. And obviously Joel Embiid has been a thorn in the Knicks' side for years. That's another test. Again, Atlantic Conference. Can we beat the teams in our conference? And like beat the best teams in our conference consistently? Can we come out 3-1 against a team like Philadelphia? Can we win 2 against the Brooklyn Nets? Can we go 3-1 against the Milwaukee Bucks? Right? These are the tests I'm looking for in this team, man. And by that time, that Philadelphia game, that's the 34th game. And y'all know what Tom Thibodeau likes to do, man. When Tom Thibodeau likes to change up the lineup, if somebody's not working, that might be the team to go for the rest of the half at the very least. But he's trying to find some steadiness, right? And by that time, is that going to be the team? Maybe he takes out Evan Fournier from the starting line if he's starting, right, to start the season, right? You're going to start to see, okay, is that the team that they want to see who gels the best? And at that point, that might be your so-called, if we have playoff aspirations, obviously you're going to tinker and mess with the roster a little bit more. But is that the team that so-called take us to the playoffs? At that moment, that 34th game, that ESPN game versus Philadelphia. Next televised game is going to be against Brooklyn, at Brooklyn. Man, I might go to that game, bro. I really might go to that game. I'm really tired. Like, the Brooklyn culture is dead. It's finito. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, y'all didn't build up the culture. Katie, you talking about, the relevance, blah, blah. Y'all not relevant. Y'all not relevant. Yo, bro, I don't know what you do. Someone can do a word search or something like that. Find some research. Y'all show me the amount of times ESPN mentions New York Knicks versus Brooklyn Nets. Y'all not relevant. Y'all had KD, Kyrie, y'all got Ben Simmons now. Y'all had James Harden, and y'all have not been relevant. I've never, in the game of basketball, when you have that amount of talent joining together and no one cares, even the 98, 99 Rockets with a washed-up Olajuwon, Pippen, and a washed-up Charles Barkley. They even drew more interest than the freaking Brooklyn Nets. They have more buzz than the Brooklyn Nets. This is before the internet. No one cares about the Nets. So I might be at that game, man, and sit there and troll Get these dudes out of New York. Y'all don't like, no one cares about the Barclays. Y'all building new buildings around the Barclays. There's a new building literally to the, if you're walking down Atlantic Avenue, there's literally a building to the left of the Barclays. Barclays, it looks like it's a distraction. Or not a distraction, like it's not supposed to be there. Compare these big old high rises they building. Come on, dogs. Like, we got to mollywop. We have to be able to beat this team, bro. Especially a team. They shouldn't be able to, because there's no culture there. So they shouldn't be able to rest on their talent and say, oh, we could take the... No. It ain't happening. It is not happening. Brooklyn Nets have no relevance in New York, and they should never have relevance in New York. And I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from that area. I got family that still lives there, so no. Lakers in New York. This is going to be the TNT game. Obviously, your man LeBron James just signed a 2-year deal with a player option. Was it $91 million? Your man LeBron James. He's trying to get his man Brian. But the interesting thing about LeBron James, he signed that contract, and according to some people I've heard on Twitter, where they said that they may that deal was being delayed because LeBron James was assurances going to build a team to his liking. What does that mean? They're going to probably bring his son. They're probably going to try to trade Russell Westbrook. But let's be honest, LeBron James as a GM sucks. He sucks. You brought in Russell Westbrook because you wanted a star. You just want a star to come there. You even want a player who actually fits your playing style, which is the spread system, shooters, a guy can run a pick and roll, a big man can run a pick and roll to the basket, and rebound at the rim. You'd even pick a guy, you pick the worst of the worst. And I said this last season. I told y'all the Westbrook thing's not going to work. Oh, wait, no, that team's going to change. Hey, going to no damn championship. LeBron James is getting older. He's not playing defense. AD is brittle. And you don't got the shoes around him. The better person to probably pick was Buddy Hield. A guy can also, now you see it on the Pacers, can facilitate. Probably put him in best when LeBron James is hurt or he's out for extended periods. You put in a guy like Buddy Hield to kind of run the offense. Him and Malik Monk. It is what it is. But salute to Randall, Kenny Payne in the building. T. Jack, salute. So Randall's a big story, low seat underdog story. Knicks will win the chip this year. I don't know about that. Hell no. And if you believe that, you better bet. Put some money on it. You'll win a lot. Philadelphia's the next game, ESPN. Boston's next game, ESPN. LA Lakers again, ESPN. And the last game is against Orlando on NBA TV. That's a weird kind of closeout for televised games, especially the Knicks have some playoff aspirations. But let me just talk about a few things real quick regarding this, or at least last season. Hold on, let me look at the, to make sure. Yeah, so there's a few stats, man, from last year. Again, Vegas, no, sorry, wrong slide, my bad. Last year, Vegas had us at, 41 wins? 42 wins? Hold on. That's not it. So yeah, last year they had us at 41.5 wins. We ended up with 37-45. Some badly coached games by Tom Thibodeau. Had some injuries. Had some ill-fitting rosters. Wasn't good all around. Just not a good year. Guys like R.J. Randall regressed. Starting Burke so many games. IQ struggled early on. You saw some bright spots with guys like IQ, Obi Toppin. Grimes was a nice bright spot, but Evan Fournier was just what he was, a glorified shooter. A lot of things just didn't fall our favor last year. Last year we went 25-34 in the first half. Obviously when Derrick Rose got hurt, I believe this is late December, things kind of fell apart. Obviously he was the anchor for our bench, had one of the best benches in the league. I believe we were like fourth in scoring, first in plus minus, second in plus minus last year. But again, without Derrick Rose, a gravity player could draw the defense in, kick it out to IQ, Obi Toppin, run with a little bit more pace, and force other teams to kind of change their game plan, bring in their stars a little bit more earlier. Obviously, Derrick Rose would be in those closing lineups in 2020, 2021. It was a godsend. Derrick Rose probably one of the best acquisitions the Knicks have made in the past 10, 20 years. Fell apart once he got hurt. The Knicks were 14-17 before then. And remember, Derrick Rose actually struggled a little bit before he got hurt. But we were 14-17. But sorry, we were 14-17 before that. Then we ended up being 23-28 afterwards once he got hurt. Is that the right math? Yeah, it's the right math. My head is bonkers. Actually, hold on. I'm going crazy. If you guys see smoke in the back, that's incense. I'm trying to make my room smell better. Yeah, it is the right math. I don't know why. I'm getting scared. Anyway. A few other things, like I said, we have 5-11 Atlantic Conference, went 4-8 the year before. Again, we have to find a way to beat these these teams in our own conference. We can't keep getting mollywopped by Toronto Raptors. Again, killed us with a defense last year. Freaking Gary Trent Jr. killed us defensively. What did I say last year about when we were playing against Gary Trent? Stop making lazy passes on the perimeter. He is playing the passing lanes to a hyper T. He was like Vegeta out there, bro. And we just gave it up to him. So again, we have to beat these elite teams. We have to beat the teams in our Atlantic Conference. And we can't give up games to teams that we should be beating. And I'm not saying like we should because they're easy, but we on paper are better. We as a team are better. And this team is, they're a young team. They're trying to build. That we should never have it where we're struggling with these teams. That should not be the case. So we have to have we need to have a 500 record in the Atlantic Conference, right? You talk about the Magic game, right? You talk about the Magic game. You talk about one of those Nets games that we should have had. No, 2 Magic games. Shouldn't have lost to Magic really last year at all. We lost 2 games to Magic. That's 3 games, right? That's 40 wins that we gave up. We had some stupid games last year against the Atlantic Conference, man. We gave us some gimmies last year. Just real quick, just to go back, I'm trying to see what other games we should have won. Excuse me, Atlantic Conference. Yeah, we lost all 4 games to Brooklyn last year. That is pathetic. And then we had the one Celtics game, right? Was that the one where Fournier had... Yeah, Fournier and Kemba combined for like 50, 60 points or something in the first 3 quarters, and we lost. Now, granted, guys were out because of the Ovid and all that stuff, but we should have done a lot better. Like, that's 4 games right there. That's 41 games right there. Then you tie in bad decisions by Tom Thibodeau here and there for some other games. That's, bro, we should have a way better record in the Atlantic Conference, man. Way better record, bro. Like I said, we went 5-1 the first 6 games. Everything was beautiful. Kemba Walker, Kemba Walker crossover. He's being his man to the basket with that little burst layup, all that stuff, and then it just went to Kaploui. Obviously, your man, Tom Thibodeau saw enough from the knee was just not good. It was about no disrespect to Kemba Walker, but it is what it is, man. We kind of fell apart defensively. We're trying to find answers. There's no chemistry between Randall and Kemba Walker for what it was. I don't know what the reason was. Suits my guy Danny Leonard's in the building, but I have no idea what the hell's happening. Let me leave a link. For this. If you guys want to join up and talk about the schedule. Last year too, against 500 teams. Now, we shot okay. We shot 43.3% for the field, which is actually our average. We also shot 36.2% from the 3, which is better than our actual season average. But let me see. Why can OBS never work on this thing, man? Like, just not change up. I have to go to my email. Anyway. Actually, just give me 2 seconds. If you want to join up and talk about this schedule, more than welcome to do so. Let me log in. Into the studio. How you guys doing tonight, man? See my son, Brendan Baby, with a 2-run home run. I'm so happy, man. I'm so blessed right now. My Mets. It don't feel real, man. It doesn't feel real, man. It's weird. I don't trust it. But anyway, let's get back to this episode. Excuse me if I have snot. Every time I get on here, my nose starts running. That doesn't sound right. It sounds like I'm snorting coke. Anyway, we went 19-35 though against teams above 500. 19-35 last year. For my own calculations, I took Basketball Reference and calculated this stuff. 19-30. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. You ain't winning. You ain't winning nothing in this league if you can't beat teams above 500. And there's a lot more parity. I can't even say it's parity. I gotta say there's some better players. There's probably better balance right now in the Eastern Conference. You got some bully teams right now. Not bullies. We got some budding teams in the Eastern Conference. Right? So, and then last year too, we had that terrible run. In January, we went 3-17 from January 17th to to March 4th, going from Charlotte to Phoenix. Went 3-17. You can't do that. You can't have these terrible runs. I blame everybody. I blame Tom Thibodeau for being stuck with the lineups. When people say I'm on a Tom Thibodeau, no, you're stuck with the lineups. It's bad with the lineups. Ain't nothing past that. Should have been tinkering after you just seen it wasn't working with Bergson. Should have been taken with the lineup to see what works, or just see a better impact from players. That was such a that's probably one of the worst runs I've ever seen by Knicks. Every night was a loss. So we were just waiting. We were watching these games together, just waiting for losses. Pathetic. There's no one that kind of galvanizes the troops. There's no Derrick Rose to come and save these guys, right? There's no new voice in the locker room. Taj Gibson was too old. Julius Randle was, going crazy. R.J. Barrett, for whatever reason, I guess, wasn't, that type of... But R.J. Barrett did have that nice run, right? Since, from late December, was it? To, February or something like that? But even then, man, we really had no voice in the locker room. We had no talent, no one to really kind of galvanize the troops and kind of do a quick reset. Right? And that's what winning basketball is, where you're always going to go through bad streaks. You're going to have teams that go through bad streaks. But who could get the troops together, who could rally them to get them to refocus, to try to look at the game a little bit differently, to get out bad habits, to expand the flow, passing, get it to other players, get other guys involved. I mean, that's everybody, from Tom Thibodeau all the way down to the last guy on the bench. So that 3-17 run killed us, but excuse me, I got so much freaking every time I get on here, I have to burp. I got snot coming out my nose. What the hell's wrong with me, man? So yeah, just some few things. Like I said, we're gonna go back to this real quick. Is that it? That's not even the right. But anyway, just some games to look at, or some months to look at. October, we have about 10 games in October. I'm looking at October. We could easily be 4-6 to start out. We could easily be 4-6 to start out this year, bro. To start the first 10 games of the season, I can see us going 4-6. But so for instance, you got, and I can't see the small font. My eyes are finito. But you're talking about Memphis. Oh, those are preseason games. So you got Memphis. Memphis could definitely be a loss. I say as a loss. That's one loss right there. You got Memphis, Detroit. Actually, before I get to the first 10 games, let me get to this real quick. Let me just break down this. So again, Vegas has that 39.5 games, 16 nationally televised games. I predict 4-6 the first 10 games. I'm gonna get to that again. Let me just go through right now. So Memphis, I think it's gonna be a loss. Detroit is a team I'd be wary about. You got Cade Cunningham, you got Jaden Ivey. That's a backcourt that if they get things together quick, I'd be a little bit scared of. But I think we should beat them. Orlando, again, we have issues with Orlando, man. You got Paolo Banchero. You got freaking Franz Wagner. You got Mo Wagner, who kind of bullied us last game. You got James Suggs coming back healthy. You got Markelle Fultz. Again, a guy can slash to the basket, attack, and do everything on the ball. You got Cole Anthony, who's been a thorn outside. You got Terrence Ross, who's been an issue. We've never had an answer for Terrence Ross. That's crazy. And you got Mo Bamba on the boards. That can easily be a loss, bro. I know it's in New York, but Orlando's one of those teams, they play like they don't have nothing to lose. They play, which they really don't. Or so not, but nothing to play. They play like they have nothing to lose and everything to play for. Which doesn't, I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, it's close enough. So I think we're going to lose against Memphis. I think we beat Detroit. Orlando, just because you have Jalen Brunson, who could do a better job of controlling the pace, I'll give that a win. So that's 2-1 right there. You got Charlotte, a team that's played us tough before, but without Miles Bridges, I don't think it'll be as good. As the guy's mollywhopped his mollywhop Randall. LaMelo Ball is nice. He's been an issue against us. Gordon Hayward, but he's not. I mean, is he even going to be fully healthy? We don't even freaking know, even though it's the start of the season. I think we beat Charlotte because their defenses, they don't have good defense. I know they drafted your man Mark Williams. They still got Kai Jones, new coach coming back, and coach coming back, and Steve Clippers, not new coach. But I think we beat Charlotte. So that's 3 wins. Milwaukee we're not beating. I don't have to explain that. That's 3-2. I know we beat. We beat Milwaukee once last year, where we beat them by it was like a 40-point swing. But Milwaukee's Milwaukee. I never bet against Giannis against us. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3-2. Cleveland, I think, beats us. I know it sounds crazy, but Cleveland, To me, I just see them as like a well-structured team. Again, they're a team that wants to do what we want to do. They want to control the boards. We want to control the boards, right? And they have better assets to kind of do that in the starting lineup with Jared Allen. Mobley kind of killed us when Jared Allen was there. Garland, you got your man Agbaji, who should be a nice a complimentary type of forward for that team. Yeah, Cleveland, man. I'm a little worried about Cleveland. Shoot to my guy Chris Levine, props. He said, "Oh boy, it's never easy with the Knicks." I'm just saying, but I'm trying to be honest. I think we go 3-3 to start out. Atlanta, that's an interesting one. Now they're gonna play us in New York. They're gonna play us in New York. Well, my man Joe Madden's in the building. Suits my guy Joe Madden. I'm about to let you up, bro. Joe Madden, please don't leave. I'm about to let you up in like 2 seconds. Do we beat Atlanta? DeJounte Murray and Trae Young in the guard. It's gonna be crazy in the Garden, man. I don't want to sleep past Atlanta, and I'm not doing this because DeJounte Murray's my son, but Atlanta is a team you gotta watch out for, bro. It is a team you gotta watch out for. I don't like that backcourt against it. People saying Hawks thing. Yeah, F the Hawks. Yo, man, F the Hawks. I don't F Atlanta, F the Hawks. But a Trae Young who could play off the ball and rest, and you could run different sets than that same high pick and roll with him and Capella. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just and you got your man coming back healthy. A guy's been a thorn in our side. Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting this dude's name now? Oh, this makes me pissed, man. He got the dead face. DeAndre Hunter. I don't know, I couldn't remember his damn name. DeAndre Hunter. You got bummy John Collins, who seems to do. He's annoying. But for some reason, he's always making like good plays against us. Like I can't stand John Collins. He's one of the most generic power forwards in the game. Do we beat Atlanta at home? That's a toss-up, bro. At Philadelphia, I think we lose that one. They're going to give Joe, because again, they're going to try to beef up players to be the superstars, whether they deserve to be or not. They're going to get these stars, their stats early. And I don't care about the stuff they did last year, the whole, we're not going to cause many cheap fouls anymore. All that stuff died out by like the third month, bro. They were calling BS calls for their superstars, their fake superstars, right back to it, bro. So I want to hear it. Like, that's a team, we're going to lose that one. Because I saw Joel Embiid. Did he take 24 free throws in one of the games against us? It was a Sunday game, right? We're going to lose that one. And we may put up a valiant effort, but unless we throw something at your man Embiid, or unless he has a bad game, he has to be himself to take us out that game. Or take their team out that game. Right? So we got Memphis losing. We got Detroit, Orlando wins. Charlotte wins. Milwaukee lost. Cleveland lost. Atlanta lost. Philly lost. Boston lost at 6. No, you know what? I take back Atlanta. We beat Atlanta, right? So you guys losing to Memphis, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Philadelphia. We losing to Boston and Minnesota. We could lose to Minnesota. Well, yeah, we could lose to Minnesota. We could lose to Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, man, he's slowly turning to a beast. Cat, I'm still not scared, but he's no longer a number one option like that, especially in crunch time situations. Well, he doesn't have to be, excuse me. Because if he was, I'd be a little more confident. We can easily go 4-6. 4-6, man. But let up Joe Madden. I've been letting this guy freaking rest in the back. Hold up. Joe, was goody? Was good, my guy? Talk to me, man. Newly released schedule, man. Talk to me. What's happening with the schedule? What are your initial thoughts on the schedule? How do we come out in the first 10 games, my guy? Can you hear me? Yo, Joe. Yo, Joe. Oh. All right, got you. Tell me about this schedule, bro. How do you feel about the schedule release? How do you feel about at least the first 10 games, man? I just went through. I think we easily go 4-6, bro. These first 10 games. I think we might struggle coming out the gate against some of these teams. Even some of the teams that said we're going to win, we could easily be struggling against teams like Orlando have played us tough last year. So what do you think about the first 10 games of the season? Hold up, Joe. They said, Joe, hold up. They said they can't hear you. Hold up. Oh, crap. They can't hear you. Say it again.
Can you hear me now?
Say it one more time.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're heard. I don't know what they're saying in the. Oh, hold up. You gotta be kidding me. Yo. Joe, say something one more time. They said they can't hear him. This is driving me crazy. All right, hold up, Joe, hold up. It's not you. Hold up. Give me 2 seconds. What is happening here? Why do all my controls change? Let's see. They said they can't hear Joe. He's muted now. Let me see. Hey, Nick, how you doing, bro? They said it's not going through the speaker. What is happening? Yo, I have not touched OBS in a few weeks, and this is what happened. Well, I touched it. I used it last week, but this is crazy. Can you guys speak? One more time? I'm gonna shut up. Man, come in. What is happening here? Everybody's coming in. They said everybody but Gmo hit. This is driving me wild. Like, what the hell is happening here? I don't even know what to do here. Hold on. It's not you guys. You guys are fine. Your mics are fine. Hold on. Let me. Oh, my life. I had speaker. My mic. I have voice meter. Everything's coming through voice meter. I'm so confused. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. You said you can't hear me. Geraldine, a great salute. Punch nice. Salute to everybody, man. I have no idea why this is happening. OBS is driving me up a wall, man. This is some BS. Hold up. Why is StreamYard not working? This. Let me see. All right, they should have. Let me see. Computer sounds. Is that? Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I apologize for more of these stupid technical difficulties. I have no idea what the hell's happening. Nah, I shouldn't, because it's coming through. Everything's coming through. Like, it's coming through the OBS thing. Hold on. Let me check my output audio. Yo. Can you guys hear me? Yo. All right. Talk one more time.
We're losing you, Guillermo.
Yo. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, let me try to see this one more time. Just hold on, guys. Ah, perfect. All right, now it works. Lord Jesus Christ, man. I
All
apologize.
good?
We're all good now, man. Ah, all right.
All right, salute to the chat. What's happening, guys?
It's good. Sorry, man. Yeah. Please get back to what you told me. Now I'm here. I'm trying to fix the thing, but yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, so just saying with the schedule, I was like, to me, I still believe the Donovan Mitchell thing's happening. It's going to happen before the season starts. I just think this thing is off season's quiet now. They're going to try and drag this thing out like they would all summer. Knicks for clicks, ESPN money, and the deal will get done before the season. It's just even obvious today. I don't know much of a sign, but you're seeing on TNT of Jazz Knicks. Like, when has Jazz Knicks ever been on like national television?
That is true.
So that's the thing is like, but to me, it's hard. It's hard because with the team now, I think we're a 500 team in our round. But
Hmm.
with Donovan, I think we win a lot of games with Donovan. He fixed a lot of boxes, and I think we have a very good start with him. So you're looking at them first 10 games. I think the ones we should win, the ones we expect to win, we will win. Now with the team we have now, it's the games we should win. I'm not comfortable we'll win all of them. Like we might sneak some ones that we shouldn't, and we're going to give up ones like we did last year.
Yeah, I mean that Utah game is odd. Obviously, it's gonna be a lot of hoopla if Donovan Mitchell's still there. I definitely think he's gonna be on the Knicks, but if he's somehow there to start the season, it's gonna be a drama-filled game. But I agree with you. It's all about the roster, and it's saying perfect now. Yeah, I don't know what the volume levels are messed up, guys. Everything's on red right now, which is actually it should be blowing out the speakers. So I have no idea what the hell's happening. They said everyone's good. All right, I heard Joe perfectly. I turned on my video here. Please, guys, turn up your volumes. I have no idea what's happening with my computer, but I raise everything. But yeah, you do have to definitely see how it plays out, especially again with Brunson. How the offense is going to shake out? Is it still going to be? I doubt it's going to be a Randall centric offense, but obviously Jalen Brunson there should make things a lot more easier for the Knicks. But again, we play some tough teams. I don't say tough, but we play some tricky teams, man. To start out, Memphis is a team I'm definitely not sleeping on. But again, a team like Orlando, like I said, those young guys out there against, and also Paolo being out there, a big old 6'8", 6'9" guy who can handle the rock, could shoot a little bit, attack the ball. Only thing I mean, he struggles with a little bit defensively and rebounding, but that's another offensive weapon that we have to account for. And in both games we lost him last year, we struggled with their size. We struggled with Mo Bamba. We struggled with Mo Wagner defensively. You know what I mean? And they had their guards and Terrence Ross and freaking Cole Anthony go off on us. So these first 10 games, man, I don't know. I'm a little wary how
Well,
we're gonna start out.
I think the Orlando game. I think Randall could cook in that game just because the matchup of Panchero, a poor defensive rookie.
But you've seen that.
And they have similarities to his game. Like people comp like Banchero to be probably maybe a better version of Julius or a more consistent version of what Julius Randle was. That's
I,
what people say about his comp be. So I think Randle, that could be a big game for him.
I feel you, bro. But look at the games where we've sat Joe. We've sat here and said there are a bunch of games where Randall could go off, and two things happen: either he doesn't go off and we lose, or he goes off and we still lose. like the Bulls game, he had 38 and we still lost. So Randall,
And that's why I think it's ridiculous the hate he's getting. Like Gmo, I haven't been a big Randall fan, but I'm starting to defend Randall a bit because now you see what happened there over with the when they were playing over in that game against them dudes in the Bronx.
Yeah. I
Pro
spoke about
game,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
Even though they lost, like I think
pathetic.
that was overblown, whatever.
Right.
But the way the guys were haggling and stuff, it's like just give it a break.
It was,
and I think the dude will bounce back. I think there's too much on it for him that he'll bounce back and he looks in shape. So I do think if that's a big thing into this team as well. If Randall bounces back, even without a Donovan Mitchell, that's some wins right there, really early.
It's really and Pudge Nice. Yeah, I post on. And by the way, follow me on Twitter because I have spaces and stuff on there. Me and Hadouken have some good space on there. But it was pathetic what happened at that pro-am game. I talk about so much on Twitter. I didn't want to talk about it again on YouTube, but it was pathetic what I saw. Look, hate Randall all you want, his game at least. But when I hear people talk about his wife, his children, I hear people talk about guys. It was a free game. 1. 2, these guys are playing maybe at 30%. They're not serious at all.
They're trying to get hurt. They're trying to make money this year and win an NBA championship. They're not trying to get hurt playing competitive against some guys in a high school gym or a college gym.
And think about this. The guys that went off on Randall, all the people who got mad because Randall blah, blah, what are those guys' names again? Exactly. And that's not to even be rude. God bless them on their journey. The basketball journey, hopefully gets to the NBA. But let's be honest. These guys aren't... It's not as if this one was a real game or two. They're playing against elite competition. And they're playing half eight because, again, there's money on their contract. Right? 2 or 3. I don't know where I am right now with this. We don't have ballers like that. So we don't have a guys that sit there and over dribble and cross over and catch people. We don't have natural balls like that. So first, we can try to get mad. Let those guys have fun. And it's a free.
And as you gotta look at it too, Guillermo, the Randall was going back to his nice $3 or $4 million house in Scarsdale, while this Washington kid was going back to sleep in his mom's basement.
Like, right, and there's no disrespect to.
Come on, you think Randall's losing sleep over that? He's losing sleep over NBA games.
Right.
He's out there trying to get warm and build a little bit of chemistry with Brunson, with Obi. He's not. They're not trying to win that thing.
It's pathetic what and Twitter.
It's Nick for clicks. Like it was on ESPN for a little bit too.
I've seen some of you guys on Twitter. Once you get the little mentions or the little ats from these stars, you guys go crazy. I've seen it. So all you're doing is stuff for attention. Like, just respect the guy. Hate the guy's game all you want. Talk about his game. It's fine. Because his game stinks. But even then, you have to start to be honest. Because look, I want this Knicks team to win. Look, do I want to trade Randall in the future? Yes. I'd like to get a better value at the power forward position, but I'm still rooting for him to do well because he's on my team.
Let's get him more. Let's get some value first before we flip him. Like, we can't just flip him for trash.
No, right. And he's still on my team. I still want to win. So I'm going to root for Randall to do well on this team, right? But you guys got to chill out. But let's get back to the schedule, man. So looking at this schedule, there are some tough stretches in this schedule, right? Like the 2020-2021 year, we had the end of the season, which actually did good in that stretch where even myself included, I thought we were going to struggle, and we didn't. We actually did relatively well. Last year, obviously, we went through that 3-17 stretch. What was it, from February to March, or was it January to February? We went 3-17, which is basically just killed the season, or any hope we had. But there's several stretches, right? So we have this season if you look at from January 16th to February 10th, we have Toronto twice, Atlanta, Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn, the Lakers, Miami, the Clippers, and then Philadelphia twice, right? And then you still have, sorry, let me just make this one edit because I messed up. What's the name? And then you have from February 15th to March 12th, you got Atlanta, New Orleans Pelicans, who I think are going to be, they might be some trouble, man. Again, I'm liking the draft pick of Dyson. And I say he's going to start out, he's going to be what they're building that team, especially with Zion Williamson coming back. You got Herb Jones, you got Dyson Daniels, the defensive end, Trey Murphy, who's space on the floor and defend. And you got CJ McCollum, you got Brandon Ingram, you got Zion. They got Alvarado. They got pieces of the team. Even Jackson Hayes on the boards. They got some players, man. I think that's going to be a tough team for the Knicks. You got Boston twice. You got Brooklyn, again, a team that we cannot – it don't matter who Brooklyn puts out there. As long as they have one of those freaking Wonder Twins out there and Kyrie or KD, they seem to always find a way to beat us. Then you got the Clippers and you got L.A. So, yeah, those are probably the two toughest stretch. Oh, sorry. No, this is a third stretch. My bad. Wait, did I read this right? Sorry. Then the first one, I didn't mention the first one, from November 16th to December 27th. You got Denver, Golden State. You got Phoenix, you got OKC, and I know it sounds crazy. OKC ain't a team that you could just sneeze at, like, oh, there's nothing. OKC, I don't know what the hell they're building. They're building big-ass ball handlers on that team, man. You got Giddey, you got Chet Holmgren. By the way, Chet, I think his second game, he's playing like Jokic or something. The first 2 games of Chet's career is going to be fun to watch. You got the players, Giddey, Chet. You got Jalen Williams, who's what 6'6", 6'7", or 6'6", whatever like that. You got freaking you still got Pokasevsky. You got Jalen Williams, the other one from Arkansas.
They might trade 6'5" Shea because he's too small.
That's what I was just about to, bro. I was just about to say, and they got
6'9" wings out there.
They got tiny
yes.
on that team, bro.
What was it? 6'4", 6'5",
no,
was like 180 or something.
No, he's 6'6".
Actually, 6'6". Yeah, it's still too small, I think.
He's too small for that team. Yo, that is a weird but you know what's gonna disgust me, bro? If they, I don't think it's gonna happen. It can't. It just can't.
The switchable defense, though, like defensively, like there mightn't be the most sexiest team to watch when it comes to like guard play, but defend, like kind of like Toronto. Toronto's not the most beautiful basketball, but defensively, man,
yeah.
Like that's this big wings. I think that's what Presti's kind of trying to do, is trying to say, do you know what, the league's going that way, and is trying to basically have a roster of 9 guys of 6'8" and up.
He would just go out there and just think about this. This would disgust me. If they find a way to get Wembayama, I'm gonna throw up. But imagine Wembayama, Chet, Giddey, and you have to try to draw, and I don't know how you could play small against him unless you have some legit. Efficient.
Wembayama's going to Utah.
Utah.
You know how that works. Soon as the superstar leaves, he's not going to give it to the Spurs. He's going to give Danny Ainge a favor. You know, Silver's going to work. They're going to give it to Utah.
Well, they're going to give it to win that draft first. They're not winning the draft.
Who's not winning the draft? Utah. I'm just watch out for the Spurs, man. That's all.
That all depends if Donnie's still on the team or not. If he's still on the team, they're not going to win it because I think there'd be a 500 team at least, or close to it. But
if you're the league, if you're Adam Silver, who do you appease more? Popovich, or who's coming close to his way out? I know Nick is going to throw up, or Danny Ainge. I'm just saying, bro. Don't be surprised if Wembayama's in San Antonio as a parting gift for your man Popovich. But Nick, we haven't gotten to you, Nick. Please talk to us about the beginning. Oh, by the way, sorry, just to finish up the schedule, that first clump of games from November 16th to December 27th. Like I said, we got Denver, Golden State Warriors, and we never played Denver well at all. I don't think we've won a game against Denver in the last. Holy crap! I don't remember the last time we beat Denver. You got OKC, like I said. Golden State Warriors, Phoenix. You got Memphis. You got Milwaukee. You got Dallas. Even though we played Dallas relatively well these past few years, we went 2-0 against them last year. You got Cleveland. You got Atlanta. You got Chicago 3 times in that span. And then Golden State Warriors again, Toronto, Phoenix, and then Dallas again. And I messed up my whole chart.
Chicago probably put out 3 different lineups.
Chicago.
When we play against them.
If you could get to Chicago,
and they'll never be healthy.
I'm scared about Vucevic. I'm scared about DeMar. Levine is a head case, but their bench is weak. And this is where our bench comes. If obviously your man Derrick Rose, if IQ could take that next step and not make the boneheaded plays, continue to be the better playmaker that he was after that Brooklyn game. I'm just saying you could be Chicago, but that's a team I'm not looking past. Because I know people say Chicago's not that good, but we're not dominant against them. Toronto too, man. Toronto, we don't play Toronto relatively well these past few years. That is a team I'm
with the Knicks, we haven't really played anybody too well. You look up when you really look, we match up against a lot of teams badly. But it's funny enough, like some of the top teams, like we beat Milwaukee a lot over the last 3 years, and they're like dead as a championship team. Like
we played well against Miami.
Last year.
We can't beat them, but we give them great games.
Yeah, we give them great games. And also Brooklyn.
We won 1 game against them, right?
Yeah, we won 1. And we played against Brooklyn very well.
You said we played them or we don't play them well?
Brooklyn. We played them very well.
Brooklyn?
We hadn't won, but we've played them very well.
Oh, my gosh. Brooklyn, what did we do? We lost in a game where they only had KD and a bunch of G Leaguers and Bruce Brown.
And whose fault was that?
That was us. Tibbs?
No.
Randall,
no, there's
RJ?
a player by the name of Julius Randle that started the game off very well, played the right way, made the right passes, and then in the third quarter comes the Tasmanian devil himself, turning over the ball, going against the game plan, and starts playing iso ball. Like, come on. At some point,
was it the game RJ
that's
was
where
doing well too?
I think the Brunson effect actually affects him in the second half of games to balance out the offense. The real question mark is, does RJ come in doing this stupid one half of the season he's terrible, the other half he comes on great. He's done that 3 seasons in a row. I want him to do it for a full season. Come in good.
Me too. I can't fight you on that one, man. And also too, one thing you miss out too with RJ, he has these bad starts to the season. Just these.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He always starts off bad.
Yeah.
I like RJ, but like this has to be the year. And I know people are obsessed with him. Like people don't want him to go nowhere. It's like it's like people are saying, you have to max him out. You have to give him his money now. It's like, no, you have to see what he is at the end of the year, and if he doesn't break out, sign and trade.
No.
Because I'm not trying to hold on to him if you're gonna pay him nearly a max to be not an all-star player. Because after year 4, if I don't see it after year 4, bro, I don't think I'm really confident that I'll ever see it.
Joe, what are you calling a max? Is like 28 million a max? Or 25?
What's it? Well, the max goes up depends in the year,
right?
years, whatever, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, let's say if RJ gets a $25 million contract, is that to you too much for him, or 28?
Well, I would, but seeing what Brunson got and what guys are getting now, I would say, to me, if they go north of 30, I'd be kind of concerned, unless they're confident he breaks out, or if they give him 30 after he breaks out, I'd be no problem. But if they were to pay him north of 30 this year, I'd be kind of a little bit concerned. Because it's like a trend of overpay. You're overpaying to keep your own dude. You just overpaid Mitch. You overpaid to keep your nephew. You have Randall on the books. Spider might be coming in. So then you going in and giving RJ nearly 32. It's like, plus with less assets, like it's too much.
Joe, this is the only kickback I have. I agree with you, but this is my only kickback, just to balance it out. Look at the contracts they just gave out. They gave Mitch this quote-unquote overpaid, according to you, but his first year is 17 mil. By the end of the contract, he's getting 13 every year.
But it still averages out at 15, and to me, that was too high. Anything more than 12 for Mitch was going to be way too high.
But that's like creating cap space.
Yeah, Nick is talking.
That's like creating cap space out of like a contract. Like by the end of it, we're getting fair market value or where he's supposed to be paid at. We're just overpaying in the beginning, and at the end we'll get more cap space. So like RJ could get 32 year 1, but end up at like 25 in year 5 or year 4. Like that makes it so much more palatable, because that's an extra. Let's say just you add up Jalen Brunson, the cap space that we get at the end, as well as RJ, the cap goes up. We might end up with like an extra 20 million just because of the way they structured the contracts.
It's not. I like the way they structure it. My issue is like, no matter what way you look at it, if they paid him less now, more at the end, or what way it still averages out at 15. Was it 4 years, 60 million, which is 15 million, which is too much. They could have done the same thing at 12 million and started off at 15 and had it down by 8 or 9 at the end of it. They still paid him a little bit too much. Look, I'm fine with it, but I'm like, to me, it's an overpay, especially at a position that we don't really value and the league doesn't really value. And at a guy who has basically no offensive game, who can't even hit over about 50% for the free throw line. So that's what I'm saying, where the overpay was. And you don't want to kind of, RJ has his things, and it's like, I get it. He's going to get or in around 30, but you need to make sure he deserves it first and that he's going to be consistent. Because I don't feel comfortable locking RJ up on a 5-year max deal now. And yet next year we see the same thing we've seen from the last 2 years. Numbers going up, maybe a little bit better, but not consistent and not efficient. Then I'm kind of worried, because I'm like, you're basically overpaying to keep your own guys based on potential that might not even be there. Because I think we've seen Mitch. Mitch to me's potential is nearly maxed out.
Nah, but
That's tough to
So
see.
I think you're more or less seeing the best of Mitch, which to me concedes is like, can you see Mitch in a playoff series in game 7's the fourth quarter? No, I don't even think you even see him in the game 7, or maybe even in game 6 the way his games are played now. He gets played off the floor.
But he does what Tom Thibodeau, what they're trying in terms of this team.
But you can't guarantee 4 or 5 years more money to Tibbs, a guy that half the organizations even consider like kind of guys wanted to fire mid-season. You can't then go out then you want to fire mid-season, but you're going to bring him back for a year, but then you're going to add pieces that he wants to 3 and 4 year deals.
Well, I mean,
look at
what are the other contracts? So what is it? Robert Williams got 4 for 54. Was it? So it's about
Robert
13.
Williams doesn't do much more.
Right. So I'm just looking at in terms of market value, like what everyone else got, right? And 15 for Mitch. That was my cutoff point. Like I ain't paying no.
Well, who else was coming to Mitch more than 12? You seen the market. Detroit, his market was dead. So who are the Knicks bidding against? They were bidding them. They basically outbidded themselves.
Joe, you can't say that because one, we deleted Detroit from it by trading a young player, center, out the draft to Detroit. Detroit was going to be a suitor. We also did the same thing with Charlotte. Charlotte, we made sure that they got a center out the draft. And those guys are 4 years away from being 4 years away.
And that makes it worse because you traded assets to make sure you kept Mitch, and you still overpaid because you killed his market, but then still.
But we ended up with
the market.
It's not like they didn't replace assets. Okay.
No, I'm not complaining about the assets, but I'm complaining about like the debate of like you trade the assets, okay, and you dial down his market, but then you still paying him the $15 million, which is a little bit above his market. Why do that when you kill the market?
Because, okay, Joe, don't forget, and this the reason why I'm pushing back at some of these things is because I feel like Knicks fans lately have just been all on the negative. Like, there are positive things going on. Tibbs did have the number 1 defense after All-Star break. We were 11th overall, as bad as we were on defense. And please do not forget that Mitch is the quarterback for Tibbs' defense. There's something that has to be said for someone that Mitchell Robinson, who did not have Tibbs' confidence in the beginning, has earned his confidence by the end. You have to give that some type of credence to say something is going on, and Tibbs also signed off on it. Because, and I'm agreeing with you on Tibbs. The one thing I can say is, if Tibbs ends up building a number 1 defense to some degree, the next coach, whether or not we replace Tibbs or not in 2 years, this year, whatever, there will be a foundation laid that is at least top tier a defensive team that the next coach could take over and add a better offense to, and we'll be in Detroit Pistons, early 2000s, who had Rick Carlisle, and then Larry Brown took over. Steve Kerr, who had Mark Jackson, who built a top-tier defense before him, and then took over and added a good offense. I'm just saying there's more to just keeping Tibbs and also having a foundation laid, because he is leading that defense.
Yep.
Like, I agree on the defensive part. Like, there's no question his defensive ability.
But also,
my concern is a 2-way game.
Yeah, but okay. So, Joe,
so I need something here.
Can I come to that real quick? So, I agree with you in the sense of that. I think Mitchell Robinson's offensive ceiling is limited, or whatever he brings now is limited. I don't believe in the whole shooting from 3. I don't believe in that. Whatever. But when you look at like what Nick was saying, things that Mitchell Robinson does that fits what Tom Thibodeau wants to do to a T. Yeah, I mean, we give praise to guys like Bickerstaff for, they brought in Jared Allen. They drafted Mobley. All that. He even said it. We're trying to control the boards on both ends. Tibbs is doing the same thing. Just like Nick said on the defensive end, right? Protect the paint, defend the paint, control the boards. Again, Mitchell Robinson is one of the better offensive rebounders in this game. And we've relied on second chance points. As a team that's trying to find it for the past 2 seasons, even when we're in the so-called playoff mode, we have one of the worst offenses in the league, you still need those I think we're top, or not top, number one, but one of the best in second chance points these past seasons. One of the best in offensive rebound, right? So even as limited as Mitchell Robinson is, his natural ability, he does 2 things well on 2 sides of the ball. They're extremely important to make Tom Thibodeau a successful coach, right? I get it. I would love to have a cat, but those guys don't grow on trees. So I get it. And $15 million with the sending contract, like Nick said. Now you have to take into account the TV contract, the TV deal. It started coming 2020. Like all these things are positives they're doing. So I don't even look at the contract as burdensome. Like it's a nothing burger. The only thing with RJ Barrett, he's eligible for I think 185 for 5 years. I agree with you. As much as say RJ Barrett's my son, he is not a $30 million player. I don't know what they're gonna pay him in the market. Ernesto just said that that he's been informed that they're gonna match whatever he gets offered, which I don't know how true that is, but I agree with you. RJ Barrett has shown prove this year. He has to be RJ Barrett. It's like when you scout players, right? They got to give you – I don't know if Nick has ever heard about this, right? But a lot of scouts say this. When I look at to see a player's long-term viability, right, he has to at least do 1 or 2 things really good. Like it could be just so that at the very least, he's a role player and he does those 1 or 2 things very good. And at the best, those are his foundations. He can build upon that. And I have to see consistency from RJ Barrett. When I look at him offensively, I ask, what is it that he does well? What is it that I can give the ball to RJ Barrett on any given night or more times than not and say, hey, do this for me? Is it shoot a 3?
Yeah, what's his trade?
That's and look, RJ Barrett's my guy, but he has to show and prove to me. Is it going to be finishing it in the paint? Is it shooting off ball? If RJ Barrett was a 3-and-D guy and wasn't a good so-called finisher in the paint or finisher right at the rim, but he gave me 41% from 3 and he gets slashed a little bit, I take that. I'm not saying I'm giving him a max or a crazy contract, but I take it as a long-term player. But RJ Barrett I have to agree with you. He has to sub this year. It's a big season. And he's going to have opportunities because, again, Jalen Brunson can play off the ball. There are going to be times when, especially against smaller teams, RJ Barrett may not fetch the best backcourt assignment 9 out. Maybe they try to put a Marcus, I can't use the Celtics, but maybe they try to put one of the better guard defenders on Jalen Brunson, as small as he is, to try to shut him down. And RJ Barrett's going to get a lot of opportunities in read and react, a lot of opportunities playing. He's going to. This year, RJ Barrett has shown he could be a consistent. I don't care about 20 points. I care about 25 points. If he gave me 17 points, an efficient 17 points, playmaking, rebounding, playing good enough defense, it's something to build on. But there are questions that kind of arise with RJ Barrett. But I did want to, I don't know when somebody else should add in, but I did want to talk about some of the surprising teams, especially in the Eastern Conference, that might be a thorn outside. This year, I would say some teams to watch out for. Like I said, the Magic, with Paulo Banchero. Jalen Suggs coming back. He had a bad year offensively, but he defensively, he's probably one of the better young guards in the league. Despite being a rookie, he was hurt last year. If he gets a shot to fall, he could be a really good two-way player. May make it easier for them to move on from guys like Cole Anthony. Two teams I'm kind of, I won't say scared of. One team we're not going to play a lot. But I'm very interested in how they develop is the Rockets. The Tari Eason pickup and Jabari Smith, those might be sneakily the best moves or draft picks this past draft. Now, I said sneak. Just listen to me. Because you have those two defensively, the width. Jabari could play off the ball. You have a big ball handling Tyrese. Now, the thing about it, I say they have to move on from KPJ because I think that they need to start building the offense a little bit more around Jalen Green. And just have better comment. KPJ should probably go to contender or a team where he could just be by himself and just ball out, whatever. But the Rockets, I say, and also Alperen Sengun. He's not a good defender, but offensively, he has some skill. I don't know what they're building, but I'd be a little bit weird about the Rockets. Not saying they're going to be a team of the future, but again, they're trying to address the defensive issues. A very interesting team. And another team on the East, this is my team. In terms of non-Knicks, this is the guy because it's my young core right now. the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. Now, I'm more so on the Cade. Look, Jaden Ivey is my son, but Cade Cunningham, his game is so. This sounds wild, bro. I just get a championship level feel from his playmaking. Like, he's just such a cerebral, smart player. Like, everything is already there. He just needs pieces around him. Now, they got Jalen Duren. I'm still unsure of what how they develop him. And he comes out, but Cade Cunningham. If him and Jaden Ivey could play complementary ball, Jaden Ivey could play off of Cade Cunningham's playmaking. Jaden Ivey first 2-3 quarters, as Cade is allowed, kind of is the main offensive engine for that team. Then Cade Cunningham kind of close it out in the fourth quarter, as he did a lot last year. That is a team to be careful of. But let me hear from you guys. Who are some of your surprising teams this season? Who you guys?
I'm jealous of the Detroit Pistons. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hurting and I'm jealous of their organization because they've hit 2 years in a row. They got my dream prospects that weren't gonna happen. 2 in a row. Cade and Ivy. Like, I'm like, come on. And they're going to be in the mix for somebody next year too, I think.
If they came at me, even though Sadiq Bey is cool, he's cool as a third option. He could probably work. I would say if they go into next year's draft, and
if they get one of the Thompson twins, bro, I'm done. If they got one of the Thompson twins, I'm done. You put Cade, Ivy, and one of the Thompson twins, you're like, oof.
If they get Amir Thompson, I'd be sick to my stomach. Another person too to watch out for, who might fit them, and they could have a nice front court. If they get a guy like Khalil Ware, going to Oregon, could space the floor, could play down low. I'm just just saying. Person Night says OKC is another team, but OKC to me. I need to know what's the roster for the future, because they have, OKC has so much talent. But in some regards, I feel like they don't know what to. I think they want to trade Pokusevski, but they don't know like who's gonna take Pokusevski, who could be a nut, but who can actually pass the ball. Like, you talking about what, he's a 6'10", 6'11", wannabe guard. Like, I don't know what you could build from that, but that's another team. You got both Jalen Williams, you got Giddey, you got Chet. I think you still got Darius Baisley, who kind of came on last year, especially near the end.
Trey Man, like, come on,
Trey Man, Lou Dort, who they just signed. I don't,
They're gonna have $60 million in cap too, so if one of them hits, somebody might sign. You look at that team, like, and that's the thing with Sam Presti. There's like all of them still could be on the table. Like, I seen OKC fan was talking on some podcast. He was more or less saying like they believe that Presti's still going to be hitting at the lottery, waiting for that can't miss generational like Kevin Durant, LeBron James talent, and until he gets them, he's going to be trading and flipping until he gets them.
Oh, I forgot Ousmane Dieng. Yo, bro. OKC, this is some garbage, bro.
That's the kid we traded, right?
Yeah. By the way, I already started doing my draft stuff. Watch out for this kid who's going to Florida State next year. Already, I love watching the draft process. Baba Miller. If Ousmane Dieng was stronger and a little bit tougher, Baba Miller going to FSU from Real Madrid. Watch out for him. In the 2023 draft is going to be sex. It's porn. That's all it is. It's just straight porn. It's not fair how many good young players are going to be in this draft. But
we're going to still have a pick. We're going to still have picks. I think it's 2020.
We're not going to pick anybody.
28. We're not going to pick.
Yeah, we're going to trade for like 8 seconds. You know what we're going to do. We're not pick. I might be expecting Knicks to pick anybody in this draft, but.
If they don't get Donovan, they get a lottery pick next year. You know they're going to trade back and get more picks. So they can try and get Donovan the following.
Yeah, you already know. Yeah, I know we're not.
Here's 10 picks. We got 3 more.
Yeah, I hate this. But Nick, get to me, man. Talk to me about some of the surprising teams in the NBA, especially in the East. Teams who could definitely give us issues that we didn't expect from them, at least looking at last year's results.
Oh, we're just starting off in our division. Shout out to Hinton. We always say that it's like the toughest division, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what happens with Brooklyn? What happens with Boston? Do they swap players? That's gonna be just the fact that they're at this point is the biggest surprise to me. Um, add to that like when you look at the just Cleveland, I think Cleveland. I mean,
Ooh.
Colin Sexton is not even signed, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope, he's not.
What's gonna happen with him? I'm still waiting on dominoes to fall. I don't really know or understand like what is the big hold up on a lot of things. Is it Durant that's holding everybody up? The Mitchell trade hasn't happened, which I still think the Mitchell trade won't happen until like December, January.
Mm.
But like honestly, it's just I think the big team is gonna be mainly Cleveland because I think they'll swing a lot of teams. I expect the Hornets to fall. I don't think everyone's gonna sit still. Cleveland's is gonna rise a little bit. I think the Hornets are gonna fall because they're losing two players essentially. And Montrezl Harrell had his little legal troubles as well as Miles Bridges. We all know that one. And then Miami, I expect them to fall too. The reason why is because like Kyle Lowry is getting older, and like it's been inconsistent at guard, and they like now Tyler Hero wants to be a starter before his contract year, and he's fighting for a contract. I just feel like there's a lot of questions to be answered more than like who's going to be the surprise team because there's nothing is set yet. So I really can't answer that. Miami was number one; they could easily fall, and Milwaukee could, fly right back up. I expect Boston to be in the mix, but then they have a Durant trade looming over their head. It's so much. I expect the Wizards to fall. That's facts.
Yeah, I don't have.
I don't expect them to be good.
No.
Who else? Wizards. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It's just those couple. I just feel like some more teams are gonna fall and get weaker. Especially like Sexton changes a lot of things because let's say he goes to Orlando. Like Orlando gets propelled. Let's say Sexton gets swapped. Let's say just to Toronto. That propels them forward. Like there's so many dominoes that gotta fall before you can answer that question.
I would say Sexton. I don't know if he's outside of maybe Suggs and just offensively. I'm not sure Sexton would push Orlando. I think Sexton would probably be better off going to a contender and playing off the bench as like kind of like a microwave change of pace type of player. But no, you make a good point. Look, there are gonna be some moving pieces. The Nets thing is a huge. That is, and the fact that the front office kind of took a hard stance against Kevin Durant. I don't know. I've never known Kevin Durant to be a guy who didn't play. He didn't play. He's gonna sulk, but when it's time to play, he's gonna play. But again, if you're Boston, do you make that? I know. Look. Kevin Durant is a Hall of Fame player. You could even call Kevin Durant. This sounds crazy. I would say this. Top 5 talent of all time. Talent. I didn't say I'm talking about player. I'm talking about talent. But a guy who again is what is he? 34 now. A guy who could win out by next year. Y'all know how Kevin Durant is. And I'm not trying to oversell chemistry, but do you trade Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant? And obviously whatever package of picks and
nope.
Please, Mark, go ahead, man, because you've been quiet this whole time, man.
I wouldn't trade for Kevin Durant right now because, like, with Boston got to the finals. Like, They didn't do anything wrong. They just lost to the better team.
They swept them on the way to the finals.
Huh?
They swept them on the way to the finals. They swept Brooklyn, a better team on paper, on the way to the finals. Why would they give it up just to get him over?
Yeah, seriously. And like,
I wouldn't.
Even if you got Kevin Durant on the Celtics, right? You're going to give up Jalen, Marcus Smart, and other assets. That's going to deplete the team. So why would I give up? And even having Kevin Durant on your team is not going to make sure it's not going to say that you're going to definitely win it. I could understand if Kevin Durant gets there and therefore you feel in your gut for surely they're going to win it. No. The only reason why Kevin Durant was looked that way because he played for the Warriors and they made sure they had to win because of the talent. So, no, I wouldn't do it. And Jaylen Brown is only 25. Why am I doing that? They have plenty of years to keep going at it.
And the thing you gotta look at that injury too. If you're Boston, he goes down. One bad thing with that, and he's out for the season.
It's done.
You are messed up because he ain't coming back the same at 35, and you give up them assets and deplete the team. You're done because what's the next move then?
And listen, bro, for even Katie to act for a trade out, man. Listen, man, I'm over it. He's very fickle to me. No, Boston has chemistry. No.
Okay.
I don't think Boston will do it.
He's only asking for a trade because he wants him and Kyrie to be tied up in Brooklyn forever. He's just really hustling for Kyrie is all he's doing.
He's not happy he didn't get run of the organization. He hears the stories. He wants the GM and coach gone.
Kyrie could come in and play for his contract this year.
I don't disagree with you, Mark. How you doing? How you doing, by the way? Hey, Mark, Joe, everybody.
By the way,
Nick, everybody else. G-Mo, what's up, guys? What's up, everybody? Miss you guys. Everybody have a good summer? Mark, you ain't still mad at me, are you? You ain't still mad at me, Mark?
I don't listen, man. I don't hold grudges more than 5 minutes, bro.
I ain't mad at you.
Yo, he's a troublemaker. Mark, don't listen to GI, bro. He's a troublemaker.
I'm too happy of an individual to be mad. Unless
that's what I'm talking about.
It's just can you three guys and also Ethan as well too just join? Talk about the schedule, man. What are your overall thoughts? The first 10 games.
Yeah, Mo.
Talk to me.
So the schedule, right? You know how I do every year. The first 20 games, I have them going 8-12 for the first 20 games.
I said 4-6 in the first 10, and it could be. Go ahead, Mark. I'm shut up. Go ahead, Mark.
Because pull up the schedule so I can see it on my phone.
I'll list it off right now. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. And by the way, Suits of Sherman in the building. Damn, Sherman is a legit Caribbean. He said good evening as a greeting versus as a goodbye. But
every elderly Caribbean person say
good evening. It's like, wait,
you're
saying hello to me. You're not anyway. But Suit to the Caribbeans out there. Suit to Nick as well too. But let me say the first. All right, I'll say the first 20 games for you guys. And y'all tell me loss or win. Memphis, first game. Wait.
Loss. We going to their house.
All right, so that's one. Hold on. Let me keep a tally. Hold on.
That's a dub.
Stop that, Nick. Don't do that. Don't. All right, win.
Jaren Jackson ain't gonna be there. That's a dub.
I was about to say.
You say wait? Who?
Hello. Who's that?
Jaren Jackson's not there. He's going. That's a dub.
Wait, Jaren Jackson's
so here's
out
the
for the first game?
Yeah, and Jaren Jackson's out for the first 6 months.
What that means?
G-Mo, can I say something real quick?
Hold up,
before you get into it.
He had
Can I say something?
Yeah, go.
Before you get into it. This team is going to struggle in the beginning until Julius Randle and RJ learn how to play with Brunson. Once they figure it all out, I think it's going to be a better team in the second half of the season. So we're going to lose a lot of games early, but I think we're going to get a lot better later. I really do. Once RJ becomes the primary picker for Brunson, and then he's rolling. I see he put on a couple pounds. He looks like he's jumping a little high, but he's going to have to play off of these guys.
Faster. I hope he's a little faster.
I hope he's faster too, but Brunson and Randall will have the ball in their hands about 50% of the time. That's just facts. That's just what's going to happen next year. It's factual.
GI, let me just to bolster that point, right? I talk about this all. If they don't have a 2-man game between the two, that's an organizational failure. There's no way in hell you should have two guys who are averaging above 15 points like we had last year with RJ and Randall. And they had RJ and Randall, like I said, had the worst or second to worst plus minus out of two 20-point boy handlers. We look at all the lineups they played in. That's pathetic. Even your man Jaylen Brown and Tatum, who everybody said they can't play together, had a positive plus minus last year. I think it was like plus 8 or 6 or something like that. You can't have another team, another squad where your two best players have no chemistry. That's unacceptable. I need to see when I saw from Randall with Drew Holiday when they were running that pick and roll more effectively in New Orleans, even with your man AD out, that has to be with Jalen Brunson and Randall. No more of this Randall taking the ball at the top of the key and trying to ISO and all this crap and shimmying for 10 seconds and nah, bro. Like there's no excuse for us not to make it work. So if it doesn't happen, bro. Everybody's failing this organization. Go, my bad.
Well, I think they're gonna use RJ to bail Randall out. I think RJ is gonna be the lead picker probably 70% of the time. And with him and Brunson rolling to the hole together, and RJ, if he's jumping higher and he's running faster and he's looking stronger, this could be something we could get something special because RJ is a smart guy. He is a smart player.
And that no one with Brunson too, he can get a little dribble happy. So I just want people to realize that also.
He can be.
So I'm hoping RJ's work ethic just
JJ was out for 4 to 6. What the hell? I know he had another foot injury.
But in fairness to his dribble happy, when he dribbles the ball, most of the time something happens. He's efficient and creates efficiency.
No, he's a very, very effective player. He thinks a step ahead, bro. So if he's over dribbling, like obviously that's an issue, but it's not an over dribbling like where Randall literally just sit there and ball hog and literally just try.
I'm gonna tell you, we could do the over dribbling for Dallas, but you can't do the over dribbling for him.
Right.
You just cannot. It's he's playing with two different calibers of players. Because even if he over dribbles, right? Even if he over dribbles from Mavericks, they can come back and get an easy bucket, bro. We don't get easy baskets.
I agree.
Possessions for us matters.
I agree with that. But let's get back to the discussion. You guys saying, I apologize, guys. I know Jaren Jackson was out.
He's out again.
He's out for 6 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, but we going to Memphis at their home.
4 to 6 months.
I'm sorry, 4 to 6 months. I'm sorry, I said weeks.
Months.
4 to 6 months.
Yes. Yeah, he hurt his leg. 4 to 6 months.
Boy. This guy cannot stay healthy.
That's a guy with so much talent, but just another guy that cannot stay healthy.
Well,
and guess what, Jody?
They maxing with the
provisions. Their contract had a lot of provisions in it, and it's a decelerating contract too, I think.
Yeah, they're not playing. They knew something was up, but Lord, but I still don't trust because Bane and what's the name could give his issues, and Brandon Clark, he's not JJ, but just on the boards, that's going to be a battle. With like
not even that,
him
bro.
and Xavier Tillman, just on the boards itself, you bring those guys in as like depth pieces. Obviously, not going to be.
Everything depends.
I think it'll be easy.
Everything depends on how the Knicks. If the Knicks play like gritty and tough, we have a chance. But again, it's the start of the first season going to Memphis. It's going to be a different vibe, bro.
So Mark, how do we come out? Who comes out? Knicks or Memphis? Away.
No, Memphis taking it, bro. Memphis taking that game. We going in. Yeah, right. the first. Yeah, they going in that.
All right.
They won in the first game.
Detroit. I think we win that one.
We could take that, even though that's still going to be a tough out, but
That's a dub.
That's a dub. That's a double. That was one of my dubs.
Orlando at home. As in,
that's
they're playing at MSG.
No, we lost to them 3 times last year.
Yeah, Ethan,
we lost them 3 times.
Bro, I'm telling you, if we lose that game, I swear to God, I'm not watching.
Yeah, you would have said 2 times last year and killed yourself.
No. Gammo. Every Knicks fan said we could take that down, and we lost.
Bro, so my thing is though, right? My thing is though, at least I got Rose off the bench to at least keep things steady for me, because at least Rose can win me a fourth quarter.
I'll give you this.
That's my entire. A bunch of my wins that I have predicted are straight from the fact that I know the game's gonna be close. but I know for a fact that if D Rose is healthy, he can hold me steady in the fourth quarter without Randall being on some BS.
That was going to be my point too.
Can Rose stay healthy?
I said if Rose is healthy, big.
How is Rose getting on the quarter? What part of the fourth quarter are you talking about? The closeout?
Yes.
Because Jalen Brunson is finishing every game next year.
Yeah, I paid him $100 million.
Wait.
He's finishing no games.
And I think quickly should be enough. That's why I'm really concerned if we don't move Rose. Because I know if he is healthy or when he's healthy, he's going to play. And I'd rather quickly be getting them back up point guard minutes behind.
Hold on, Mark. Nick want to go. Hold on, Mark. Hold on. Let Nick go. Then you got Nick.
Everybody pause for a second. Let's not act like we didn't have when Derrick Rose was in the game the best bench in basketball.
Yes, we did.
If we have a bench that is rolling, why the hell would you take him off the court?
Well, because you have Tibbs and he like to put in that starting five to finish out games like he was doing last year.
I don't disagree with that. Sometimes guys do have to rest.
RJ set out a lot, bro, in fourth quarters.
RJ did set up. Okay,
if he was off.
There was a report that came out towards the end of the year that Tibbs did regret not trusting his young bulls.
Yeah.
Okay, enough said because I watched it. No one could tell me. I watched it where Tibbs could have let them young boys ride, getting us back into games because that starting five was the horriblest starting five in NBA history, bro. It was that, but they were all shooting below 35%. You know how bad that is?
It was up there.
But the whole backcourt shot below 40. They shot like 40% from three, but like 40 from the three.
I want to argue so bad, but it was so bad that you can't even argue.
I'm telling you this. As much as Tibbs is going to be Tibbs' timing is horrible at times. That's my gripe with him. And that's going to be a factor this year. When things are rolling, you let it rock. You just do it. He has a habit where he has set minutes, and then when it comes to crunch time, he brings back in his trusty Julius Randle. I'm not mad if he brings RJ, but sometimes you got to read the game a little more properly. Okay? Things about matchup.
Mark could not have said that he is a creature of habit. He goes about it. But Mark, in fairness, though, he does work 10 times harder than anybody else we've ever brought in this building.
I understand that. I understand
but that matters too. So why can't you just allow him to create a culture and let it? But you got to give him some time.
I don't think Mark was against that, GI. But
no, I'm not against that, bro. It's okay. At the end of the day, bro, in life, you have to change some things.
He has to. No. He's not going to win the championships. But what I'm saying is, he still can create a culture of hard work and ethic. And you can leave him in the building. Give him a little while longer. And then when you run him out, you can bring somebody in who's a little more flamboyant. But at least that hard working culture is built in.
Listen, I said
it's going to be Johnny Bryan after Tibbs goes to the front office.
I said with Tibbs, you let his contract ride out. I don't want to fire him. You let the contract ride out because I don't want to go through, you fire another coach, paying another coach. No. Right. It defeats the purpose. Let him ride it out so he had his share fits. Because he did create a culture because he still got the young guys playing hard for him. You see that. So he's doing what he's capable to do. That's what I know. But to take it to the next level, he doesn't change his ways when the game tells you have to change at times. That's my big gripe, bro. He has to adapt.
That's why he'll never win.
Yeah,
that's why he'll never win.
Fair enough, but guys, let's get back to the schedule. We're only on the third game.
Yeah.
Orlando, are we beating them, or is it going to be another upset at the Garden?
We win that. We win. I had that as a W.
That's a dub, bing bong all day.
All right, please don't. I hope we retire that trash. Charlotte.
Pause.
Yo, I wanted bing bong for my intro.
We beat Charlotte.
And the way they say it to the Garden.
We beat Charlotte, Gammo.
Shut up. Anyway, Charlotte.
Oh no. Legend has it from what's their name? Run the Jewels. Bing bong on that. Oh my god.
Really?
We beat Charlotte, Gammo.
Anyway, Charlotte.
No. We beat that team.
Charlotte. I think we do beat Charlotte. Defensively, they are trash, and then they don't have Miles Bridges to.
Yeah, Charlotte got a lot worse.
Yo, I can't wait for James Bouknight to drop 40 on the
All right, no, he's not. He's James Bouknight is effing up badly, bro. I can't even freaking protect the dude anymore, man. That guy's been. He's a head case, man. But
He's still
Wait, wasn't there minor concerns a little bit out of him coming out of college? That kind of that's why he maybe fell a little.
And his most recent injury is supposed to be self-inflicted, as in he did something really stupid to mess up his own career because he's a dumbass.
He went to college with my daughter.
I didn't know that, Gabbo.
I never told him his business, but he got in big trouble all the time. He got in big trouble. They had to start hiding him on campus. He was so abnormal.
Yeah, I heard what I heard was from a connected person. I'll just put it like that. So, and this person said he talked about the injury before it even happened, where he was like, "Yo, bro, Bouknight effed up." We're like, "What are you talking about?" Literally, I think it was like the next day or an hour, whatever. It was like after that they talked up. It was like Bouknight injured, blah blah blah. And yeah, the guy's an idiot.
He's not on the Knicks.
Thank God he's not on the Knicks, even though whatever, man. Because he's from Brooklyn too, so you know.
Oh no, I don't want him. I don't want him. No, I don't want him.
Sorry, we would have had dudes from Church Avenue. I think. Anyway, Milwaukee.
He would have been black and mild before the game. That's what he'd have been doing.
All right. I don't know about all that, but all right. Let's get back to the schedule. All right, Milwaukee. What do we do? What do we do against Milwaukee?
We lose that game. Even though we play more.
Nah, W.
Hold on, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Milwaukee. Okay, hold on. Y'all was talking about Milwaukee could jump up. Y'all realize that if Milwaukee was healthy, they win the championship this year?
Nah, I don't think nobody's beating the Warriors. No.
Like, bro, if Milwaukee had Chris Middleton, they easily beat the Celtics and they beat Golden State.
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
Didn't Giannis against
Giannis
the Celtics, didn't Giannis still have he was still averaging like 30, was it like 28?
Bro, in game six, which he lost, he had 42, 20, and 7. 5 blocks.
I believe Chris Middleton.
7 beside himself.
Celtics had the number one defense in NBA history, and Steph Curry carved that defense
Can I say something about that defense though? The Nets did the Celtics a lot of favors, bro. Steve Nash did not coach that team whatsoever. He did nothing on that team. He didn't do no pin down screens for KD. He's just like, just give him the ball, let him go ISO and make Steve Nash made it easy for the Celtics.
Yeah, like he didn't use Drummond at all. He started him for the first 5 minutes, then he put him on the bench for the rest of the time. Like, yo, you can actually use him as a screen setter and a roller.
They ran Kyrie, Patty Mills, and Seth Curry at the same time against wings that size of Boston. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're trying to get offensive spark. What size is Mills? About 6'3"?
6'2".
Yeah, so you have 3 6'2" guys out there against 6'7", 6'8" wings.
There's no chance.
There's so much more they could have done. Like, they could have put Blake Griffin in a lot sooner. There's some stuff he could have done.
If I need a bucket in the mid range, the last 30 seconds. If his name ain't Kevin Durant, I want his name to be Chris Middleton. If Chris Middleton was in that game, if we're playing for that team,
yeah, he kills Boston. Middleton kills Boston. He's a Boston killer. Like, if you look at every time they play, Middleton kills them. So Middleton was a factor for them. But when you talk about Golden State, no, I just think Golden State does things differently from every team in the league, and they expose teams. They expose.
I'll tell you what about Milwaukee. The shine is all on Giannis, and I get it. He's the best player. But Middleton, is one of the most underrated players I've probably ever seen in sports. Like, how underrated, and if they win a chip this year, it's going to show how badly they missed him last year and how good he is.
Again,
and if I had to bet $1 tomorrow, it will be Milwaukee winning with a healthy Chris Middleton.
I say it, they win.
The way Wiggins defended, I think he'd have held Middleton down. The way Wiggins played defensively, he was a terror.
No, I completely agree with that. But then you also have Giannis destroying.
Listen.
Until you see Chris Middleton, Mark, I'm sorry. Mark, you made your statement. You got to let us respond.
They would have let Giannis score. But what Golden State does, they shut down everyone else.
But Mark, you made your statement.
Go ahead, G.I. And we're going to get back to this.
Mark, you made. I know, I'm sorry. But you made. Until Chris Middleton gets down like a little frog and backs him all the way into the box and then raises up to 7 feet. I don't care who you are. Nobody's stopping Chris Middleton. Don't ever say that, Mark. Nobody stops Chris Middleton unless he missed the shot. Period.
Next question. You would say Tatum is a better player than Chris Middleton, right?
Of course.
I would say next to Kevin Durant, if I need a shot in the clutch, his name is Chris Middleton. That's
No, I would say Middleton. I say Middleton. He's a clutch player because he does hit big shots for them. But what I'm saying in the finals, the way Wiggins played and the way how he defended, I don't think Chris Middleton would have been a factor as much as you think he is, because what he did to Tatum was ridiculous.
Okay. Let's get back to the schedule. So Milwaukee is a loss, right?
Yes.
All right, somebody got me on. There's like a weird echo. I don't know what's happening. Cleveland, at Cleveland. That could easily be a loss, man.
That's a loss. Yeah. That's a loss. That's an L.
Mobley and Jad Allen together, bro.
Hold on. Cleveland's my team to rise. That's an L. That's literally an L. There's no way we're beating Cleveland with Mobley, Allen, and Garland. Yeah. I don't expect us to beat them one time this year.
So Cleveland.
Healthy.
Wow.
I think Cleveland's the top 4 team in the Eastern Conference. When Mobley, if they let Mobley be what he is, if they let him be Chris Middleton and Kevin Durant, I believe they're the top 4 team in the Eastern Conference. I don't think we beat them all year.
Mobley did so much better with when Jared Allen was healthy. The protection, like it was evident. Yeah. If you watch Mobley when Jared Allen went down, he was just not nowhere near as impactful. But that protection,
he's not strong enough. So Allen helped him a lot.
He is not, man. So that's a loss. All right, we move on. Atlanta in the Garden.
That's a dub.
Oh Lord, think with your mind. Don't think with your heart, man. Think with your mind.
Backcourt. This is purely based off home.
Trae Young gonna kill us at home, bro. He does it every time.
This is purely based off heart. That's a dub.
He does it every time.
Oh Lord. G.I., what do you say, bro? You got DeJounte Murray, two-way. Playmaker extraordinaire. Trae Young can play off of DeJounte Murray now. You got the Clint Capella ghost still haunting.
So we sit here and do this based upon on paper. We don't know what the Knicks gonna look like. In our heart, we got ourselves losing every game. We're going to win some games. And we're probably going to win this one, Somebody going to be hurt.
The Atlanta Hawks are going to be the softest team in basketball.
Oh, man.
Look at those two dudes in the backcourt. You look at tiny Trae Young and bootleg Westbrook.
Tiny Trae Young whooped our ass. Are you kidding me, bro? Tiny Trae Young, we told us Tiny Trae Young, he still finds way to destroy us.
Yeah, Trae Young's still a top 3 point.
Yeah, he still every time.
Ways to kill us, bro. So I feel you.
By the way, how do y'all see this Murray?
Yeah, he cooked up, but that's what I'm saying. That's not much. He cooked the Knicks.
Hold up, Joe. G.I., what you gonna say? Just real quick.
How's this Murray and Trae Young backcourt gonna look?
Bro. Look, only because DeJounte Murray's my son, so I might be biased.
I think it's a perfect fit.
It might be beautiful, bro. Like I know it sounds crazy. F Atlanta, F the Hawks, but DeJounte Murray, did y'all watch DeJounte Murray's playmaking last year, bro? Like
I think it's a perfect fit.
The only thing he's missing is literally a 3. If he had a 3, he'd easily be top 5 point guards in the league. If he had a 3, he'd be a top 5 point guard, and I put that on my.
If he had not even a 3, if he had just a consistent jump shot.
The Hawks.
He has Sabo. He has a mid-range jump shot, bro. He just can't.
Yeah, but no, operating off pick and roll sets in the mid-range, he wasn't that great. He's got a low percentage. And then
the defense is overhyped.
Fishing for that mid-range shot because he doesn't have it, or trying to get close to the paint. Like that's literally like they've analyzed like he has that issue, but he can do it all. And that team,
I think you're missing something here too. You're missing something about Atlanta completely. Health. They drafted an injury-prone player.
Oh Lord,
they got a wing that's injury-prone.
Bogdan.
John Collins is sometimes in and out. Capella was injured last year. Besides DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, who the hell is going to play on this team?
They traded Kevin Harder, which is
DeAndre Hunter.
She's going wing.
Yeah, injury prone.
Hold on, DeAndre Bogey, AJ, if he's playing. Onyeka,
AJ's hurt all the time too.
Bogey's hurt all the time as
You have to see
well.
what they do
Exactly.
with Jalen Johnson. You have to see what they do with Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson ain't getting no playing time. Come on, bro.
I'm just
So
saying.
Trey Young. So Trey Young is just standing around now. By
I mean,
the way,
Trey Young is in the guard,
He ain't sitting
man.
around GI, bro. I'm just look. I understand what niggas trying to say, but yeah, this is to start out the season. This is what game 7. So all this stuff about these
I
guys
just
being
don't
injured, we don't.
understand how-
They might be healthy to start out. We have an issue now.
no, y'all just said he was. This relationship was made in heaven, and y'all said how Murray play makes. So while he's playmaking, what is Trey Young doing? Standing
Playing off
around
the
waiting
ball. His
for a
father
pass?
cries about, "Yo, my
Okay.
son can play off the ball." And Trey Young off the
Okay,
ball.
so you got a 6-foot point. So you got a 6-foot guard out there playing off the ball.
Steph
That-
But see, that's the
Yes.
thing. They're gonna try and use him like
Curry
Steph
did it.
Curry. They're gonna use him off ball
Curry did it.
screens,
It's all They
try and get more off ball shots.
You're
It's all
talking about a guy that
gravity, bro. If you have a guy who can attack the paint and draw defenses in and collapse,
Time out.
you could kick it out to Trey Young, or like Joe said, you could just run a bunch of off-ball plays, have him come off screens. Play
It
a lot
doesn't
of
matter, Gambo,
action with
because
it.
Trey
You do a lot
Young-
of things with Trey Young, bro.
Trey
That
Young
was
comes
just
in here and
what
beats us by himself. He does it every time. And he loves the garden. Like, as much as people don't like him, he is a showman, and he plays up the competition. He don't back
okay.
down.
That's not
Mark,
what I'm saying.
Mark,
years
he's beat
before
us.
we
He's
lost
beat us in the
one-
playoffs. He hasn't
One
beat
out
us
of
in the
4
regular
games. I'm
season.
sorry,
We
one out
own
of
him in the
7.
regular season, even last year.
He didn't beat us last year?
No,
won
we beat him
once.
twice last year. I think we played. What? How many times did we play him? 3 times, 4. I think we swept him, right?
No, we played him
Or am I lost
We
one?
beat him 3 times. They won once. They won once.
And the one time that,
Okay.
and one of
Times
the
in a
times that
row.
we did beat him, he didn't even play.
Okay. We got
And
it.
Mark,
Yeah,
more
he
importantly,
he beat us in the playoffs, but he could never beat us in the regular season.
and more
our record
importantly,
against
he can't.
him last year in the regular season was one win, 1 loss, because the one win because
And even his
And more
postseason
importantly-
isn't that impressive. When you
And-
put a good defender on him, like he basically beat us, and he beat a shelled, basically broken down Ben Simmons.
So let me ask you a
And
question.
more
After he was
importantly-
exposed.
And
Hold on,
more
he did drop
importantly, he
40
can't play
points.
like that
48
anymore.
points.
Like
More
Kyle
importantly-
Lowry shut him down, and
More
Kyle Lowry
importantly,
is
Guys,
done.
one at a time.
Joe
Hold on.
done
G.I.
cut
want to
me
say
off
something.
3
G.I.
times.
Go ahead, man. G.I.
More importantly, he can't play like that anymore.
Wait, hold on.
Hold up, Mark. Hold up. G.I., please, go ahead.
He can't play like that anymore, Mark. What's Murray going to be doing? He has to share the ball now. That offense is going to change, so it's going to look different.
Oh.
He ain't going to be just standing around dribbling like he used to.
He played for the Spurs. That's all he do is move the ball.
And he
But
knows
the problem
What are you
is
talking
Devontae
about?
Murray can't play off ball. So when Trey's
He
doing
played
what
for the
Murray does,
Spurs.
because Murray can't shoot.
he can
Murray needs the ball to be effective. If Murray doesn't have the ball, he's no good.
off ball.
Trey can at least be a little bit effective, but at the same time, Trey's gonna need the ball in his hands too.
Okay. My important question is who is the Knicks going to guard on the perimeter? If someone could tell me we got somebody to guard those two on the perimeter, I say we got a chance. How about that? Because if you think Jalen Brunson on guard either one of them, listen.
Bro,
I give
Who
you
who do they have that's gonna guard?
Who are they?
exactly. Grimes could guard somebody.
People talk about Murray's defense. Spurs had more 30-point blowouts than anybody in any other team last year, and he was their main defender, guarding the opponent's main guy. So to talk about his highly rated defense, his defense isn't that good. When his defense was at its best, his offense was brutal.
They also had a lot of bums on that defense.
He's a top. He's a top.
Can we guard pick and roll? Because I know
and
that Trey Young pick and roll is really would do us in every time.
And your new point guard is a bully. He's a bully.
He ain't like that, bro. He ain't.
Yeah, but how is Trey Young? Realistically, is Trey Young going to be able to guard Jalen Brunson?
No.
Like Jalen Brunson's going to ride on.
They're gonna put
Yo, Mark,
Murray on him. What are you talking about?
Hold on, Mark.
so you
If
have
you're
RJ
taking,
on,
hold on. If you're taking offense for offense, do you think Jalen Brunson's outscoring Trey Young?
Like, come on, y'all gotta stop.
That's not what I said. I said he's a bully.
he's talking about the
What I
defense
said
Trey
is
Young's
he's
gonna be sought at. Like he's gonna be sought after.
I
Like,
promised you that.
Because you have to put Trey Young on Brunson because the size, and Brunson will cook him.
and
Then you put
Brunson
Trey
will
Young on
cook
RJ.
him.
Whoever who's guarding Trey Young, there's the mismatch. You hunt.
So if you
No,
just
Yeah,
listen,
we said that
hold
for 2 years
on,
and they
let
didn't
G.I.
do
go.
it.
Let G.I. go.
No, I don't, because I don't know what who's Ethan. Ethan, I don't. I need to. I need you to hear. I need to hear what your argument is about Brunson. He is one of the most strongest little guards. He will take a guard in the paint and destroy him. I don't know you if you're arguing that. I don't know how you could argue that.
I didn't say that. I said offense for offense because somebody brought up that Brunson would be able to match up with Trey offensively. He won't. If you're doing offense for offense, Brunson will bully Trey, but Trey will get his get back and he will probably get more. Trey is still a better offensive player than Brunson is, even though Brunson is a dog.
And Trey Young can hit you at 3 different levels.
But Brunson, yeah, Trey's way better offensive player, but Brunson's a better defender.
Okay, let's get back.
So what I think is, I think Brunson can hold his own a little bit against Trey.
All right, let's get back to the schedule. So next game up outside of Atlanta. So we have Atlanta. What's the consensus? Is that a win or a loss?
We at Atlanta?
No, we at MSG. We at home.
I take it out next.
I'm iffy because Trey Young plays well here, man.
I don't disagree.
I'm iffy about that.
It's a regular season game. It's a dub.
But he had to guard Alfred Payton and a broken down Kemba Walker. It's different when he's going to have to guard somebody this time. He hasn't had to guard nobody here.
All right,
hold on, Joe. The Knicks don't take advantage of matchups. I don't want to ever hear matchups with the Knicks.
Because we haven't had guards that can take advantage of the matchups. Not just saying with Brunson you can.
In the last 2 years, we've won at least 7 out of 8 games against Atlanta. It's a damn dub. Move on.
All right, man. Next game is against Philadelphia in Philly.
We lose.
That's a loss. Maxey and Embiid and Harden with his contributions in his early season, so Harden should have his confidence.
Embiid alone.
That dude. Any disagreement? I think that one is easy. Philly.
Nope.
Right.
None.
Philadelphia. Okay, next up, Boston.
Can I just go one question mark out here?
Go ahead.
Because Embiid is actually playing international games this summer.
Oh, shit.
If he gets hurt, because there's a question mark, the more games he plays, he gets hurt.
Don't wish that on him.
No, I'm not wishing nothing. You can rub jeans in a lamp. I don't care about your wishes. I'm just saying, right now, he's playing games this summer. He could get hurt. That guy gets hurt all the time. I think
he got to do something. He blow up like the Hamburglar when he don't play, so he better play.
Okay.
You never know. It could be a rest day for him too. You know, he needs his couple of days off here and there.
It could be. But
don't forget that
You gotta rest them old knees.
This early, bro, I ain't begging on it. But if he plays, bro, that's a loss. I don't see us beating Philadelphia at Philadelphia too. And they're gonna give Embiid his calls too. No way. Boston in the Garden. At our Garden, MSG.
I think Celtics gonna come back for revenge. I think Celtics winning this one.
Anybody else on Boston?
I think that we take one on. I think we take one of one. I don't think we lose to both Boston and Philly. I think we take one.
Evan Fournier is still in the building. It's a dub.
Oh yeah,
George back to back.
big facts.
But he's gonna be playing for the bench.
Facts. Fournier's gonna drop 30.
I'm gonna say this.
Yo, hold on. Evan Fournier off the bench. You see how much time Alec Burks rock? I think he'll let Fournier rock if Fournier going for 40.
Fournier is gonna get the 20-game casual, like the treatment, bro. Like after 20 games,
he gonna get the 20-game Kemba treatment.
Yeah, I ain't going for look, it's been nice, bro. They're gonna. I'd rather have Grimes in there starting, but that's just my. I'll shut up. That's just my.
I forgot Evans even on his team.
Yeah,
like,
after he set the record too. Damn, no one even cares.
I really forgot that he was on his team.
But the thing is, Knicks fans be killing Fournier. Fournier is what he is. This has been what Fournier's been.
It's true.
Fournier can still give you 20 points with a point guard. It's just the defense isn't there, and that's like this is no surprise.
To me, if he has put it like this, man. If you could sit down Duncan Robinson at $19 million a game and bench him, you could have Fournier come off the bench and give you 20 minutes a night, give you some outside shooting.
If it was me, if it was me, I'm starting Grimes. If it was me,
I'm starting Grimes over Fournier, but that's a low. I mean, that's a win, right? Boston at home, okay, fair enough. Minnesota in Minnesota.
I will give
it a dub.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm giving Minnesota the W because
Yeah,
they're
no, Minnesota's winning the game.
Anthony Edwards, and you still got your man.
I'm
Jalen
still not high
Daniels,
on
who can
Minnesota,
shoot
bro.
defensively. And then
I'm not high on them.
Gobert's going to help them tremendously defensively. Defensively.
And Gobert too. We don't play
Defensively,
We don't
yes.
play good against Gobert ever.
Don't play Mitchell Robinson again. Mitchell Robinson has a list of
He gets
substitutes
destroyed.
That's a loss.
who dominated. And the only thing I say here, because I've seen this with the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? I don't know if they're gonna learn this year. They could shoot themselves out of games, bro. I've seen it where both Anthony Edwards and Cat, even though Cat's typically takes it back. Last year, go to players, were they down by 2-3? Your man Cat with 2 minutes left.
They could have won that.
was jacked up.
They could have won that series.
I'll say Anthony Edwards is my son, right? But he has fallen in love with his 3-point shot off the dribble. So he could shoot him. They could shoot themselves out the gym. It's just Anthony wants RJ. RJ has to overcome the ghost that is Anthony, because it seems like you've been calling him out. Like, I don't know. Last game, the one game, I think RJ went like 1 for 8 or something like that from outside. It was terrible. He had that one shot.
Yeah, I watched that game like a hog. I was expecting RJ to bounce back because that was the first game against Minnesota after Edwards called him out about the shot. And RJ was brutal. He went 1 for 9 in the first half.
Not even that. The Knicks has a hard time with centers that stays in the paint and that can defend. We don't finish well around the cup. So
I am crying. Joe got me crying.
Wow, what happened? Why? What happened?
He said RJ was brutal.
It's true, man.
He's like, RJ's had some bad games, and that's why this thing of RJ's our guy is kind of like, no, if we don't see it this year, we're not going to see it.
I don't know. That's a top for another day. We'll talk about.
I was about to start talking.
Let's get back to the 20 games. So we got Minnesota. Everybody say Minnesota's gonna beat us.
Yeah, because we don't do. Because Gobert, we don't ever beat Gobert. Gobert just be controlling the paint on us, and we're not a good 3-point shooting team. So I hope we are a
3-point shooting team. Now
we are.
Yeah, we actually are. Are decent. Like, we were 13th in makes this year and, like, 10th in attempts or something like top.
We were also, I think we were a top 10 defensive team without
How do we? No. How are we even that close when it didn't look? It didn't look or feel like that.
Because also too, Mark, we don't hit the threes a lot of times when it matters. Like before they had some monster games, but then it'll be like fourth quarter and we needed a three. I forgot.
There you go.
He got 2 possessions. Right, or 2 passes. He missed one, got it right back. He missed 2 threes. Like,
yes, you hit it right there.
So 3-pointers made. We're 9 3-pointers attempted. We're 10th. The 3-point percentage. We're 13. So we're decent. We're a decent team.
But you hit it right on the point because a lot of those games.
You saw it.
Knicks stats.
He'll kill against the Celtics, and then you need him to hit some shots against Toronto.
Wait, but hold on. Nope. Where was he? Where was Fournier at the beginning of the half of the season? He started hitting him in the second half. The first half, he was Garbaggio.
Except for the Celtics. That was the only time
he had a couple of 0-point games too, didn't he? With like 30 minutes played.
Yo, Gammo, you don't understand. Yo, Gammo, when we speaking of the Knicks of last year, the first half, that starting lineup was Garbaggio, bro.
Yeah, but y'all being mean. The man went to the press. And told everybody he's not getting the looks. He can't expect
why was he getting looks?
Well, no, G.I. He said, what he said? We don't pass the ball. I'm like, bro, all the passes, if it ain't Toronto, it's going to you. Why are you complaining? Out of all people, how are you complaining? Like, if Kemba complained, I'd be like, all right. I mean, your knees are trash, but, like, I will say the offense, they haven't been getting enough looks. But how the hell does... Am
I the only one that realized that Kemba is not on the team anymore?
God bless.
I've been
because that affected the beginning half of the season too.
Oh Lord!
Did it not? I mean, am I lying or am I?
Well, here's
because as soon as he left, we had the number 1 defense.
Well, the defense got better, but we still, like, granted, Kemba's knees were finished, But I mean, if you're running a pick and roll,
Ain't no but.
you would want your man to
Ain't
be a
no
little bit more
but.
active on the screening and rolling game, which he just wasn't for Kemba. Right? He provided him no cover area. You just pop out. So again, I'm not saying Kemba was going to save us, but Randall did Kemba.
When we signed Kemba in the summer, real cats, no disrespect, knew that it was impossible. The guy's knees were shot. How Boston wait until they get to the playoffs to decide to cut them? You know how bad a shape you got to be in, and then 2 months later you signing them. You got to know you're getting damaged goods. These guys are smart. They don't just throw talent away up in Boston. They got a winning organization.
They threw Kimba so fast, bro. It wasn't even funny, bro.
But again, too, like we did
as soon as he got to OKC, was like, "Here's your buyout, goodbye."
Yeah, but the Knicks, he was supposed to be the savior. They put him in the uniform and tricked the fans, and the fans got excited and bought tickets, season tickets.
To me, it was the 2 year. You could have done a 1 year. It was the 2 year that kind of nail yourself down. It was
the one
that cost.
Didn't move and help you get a first round draft pick or something like that?
No, it cost you pick. Him and picks together costed to get it. It basically was Kemba 4 seconds to get a first, to flip the first.
Oh.
Is that what I kind of meant for Cap?
Still decent.
Let's get back to the schedule.
I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, you're good, man. After Minnesota, we got at Brooklyn. Did we finally get over the hump and beat Brooklyn at Brooklyn?
I'm exhausted with them because I'm
actually, if Kyrie's playing, then we still lose.
If Ben Simmons, KD, and Kyrie play, there's no way not many teams can beat Brooklyn.
I'll still say if Kyrie plays by himself, we still lose.
If one of those two out of 10 Kyrie plays, we're not winning. Like, didn't Harden put one half and they still beat us with KD and Kyrie? Like, bro, we
Kyrie really be killing us. Like, I don't think
Ben Simmons used to beat us with Philly. Ben Simmons on his own in Brooklyn.
We do play him well, but if you remember those games and what Randall did in the last minutes of those games.
Let me stop saying playing well. Sorry, I meant we don't win. That's what I meant to say.
We don't win because of blunders. Blunders happens.
Because remember the one game? What was the one game where KD? I was saying, yo, bro, do this on defense, and it didn't matter, and KD was just still hitting shots over Randall, over RJ. What game was that? That was last year. I'm trying to remember which.
It might have been 2 years ago when KD and a bunch of pickup players came in there and beat us.
That was one too.
Alex Burks blew a game against Brooklyn, didn't he, with inbound passes? It was 2 consecutive bad passes.
But it wasn't just KD. They talked about just KD. Other players went bananas. There was a bunch of other guys that had 22.
The others.
20. So that's where you lose the game. It's not that Kyrie kills us. It's the other guys. He makes other guys better. That's the issue.
I'm not surprised by the other guys always beating the Knicks. That's why you got guys like Mike Scott. He got deals because he was a Knick killer. Okay?
Exactly.
Knicks always losing to others.
Okay, let's get. All right, so Brooklyn's a loss. Detroit in Detroit. Is that another win? Was my son Ivy start killing us? No, not yet. All right, Detroit.
Yeah, we could get a win, but I would say Detroit will split 1-1 with us. I think they're gonna be good.
I think they're gonna beat us. I think it's late in the season when they get those two to gel. But right now, I still think we beat, especially playing the guard. I still think we beat.
I'll put a W for us on there.
Next team. I know Ethan and Mark gonna love this one. OKC in the Garden.
You know my boy Poku and Jalen Williams.
Stop.
Bro, my boy Poku about to drop.
All right, man. Poku, get Poku the F out the NBA. This guy he's a.
And you know. My boy, Giddy up.
Poku about to drop him. Oh, hold on. They got my boy Trey Man too. And SGA. SGA is my boy. Everybody been know that.
They beat us twice last year too.
They did.
Twice, or they beat us once?
Yes, they did. Go look it up.
They swept us, I think. They beat us. They beat us twice.
You're right.
Wow. I think we'll be able to control the boards over them. Definitely.
I don't know, man.
Nah, we're gonna have
we'll be able to control it.
Score anything.
Nah, but we're gonna have trouble out on the perimeter. That's the thing.
Right.
Like, we're gonna have a lot of trouble out on the perimeter. So I don't know. Let's toss up to me.
I know Grant
and low key.
Is that a loss? You guys saying that's a loss?
No, and
I'm
no,
gonna
it's
say a
it's a
win. I'm gonna
toss
say a
up.
win.
And low-key, they're told their shortest player in their starting lineup is going to be like what 6'6"
SGA.
and a half in this
He's gonna be a
Yeah,
short player.
SGA.
6'6" and a half. So like, if we have Grimes and so RJ is going to be SGA's height at 6'6", and he'll be our small forward, our third tallest player.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Y'all know the OG is falling asleep, man.
All right,
Love
man.
y'all.
All right,
Catch
thanks.
y'all next time. Appreciate y'all for having
Appreciate
me.
you coming
Good
on.
night, old man.
All right,
Yo,
peace.
all right.
Shout out, G.I.
Peace out, man. All right, so OKC, is that a win or not?
I'm gonna give us a win on that one.
I say it's a toss up, but I'll give it to us if we're at home.
All right, that's a win.
I don't trust this Knicks team. I just don't trust them.
right.
I really don't.
All right, hold on. All right, so you got OKC.
And my thing too is right with the acquisition of Brunson. Late game situations, Luka ran that. Brunson did not run late game.
Seriously, bro.
Played off Luka.
He played off.
Again,
Now he's gonna be
gravity
on.
is the issue, man. Playing away from
He
Luka.
does not give any.
Yeah, no, and like my thing is when Mark was talking about that over dribbling stuff, Brunson's not gonna be able to even if he wanted to because there's not any spacing.
Yo, it's gonna be a disaster.
And that's why you better run Randall and Mitch in that pick and roll.
What pick?
Of the time with
What pick and roll?
Give him that.
Okay,
Well,
I've been yelling about this for like 3 years, but like there are things called Spain pick and rolls that do involve both bigs. If the Knicks want to try it sometimes.
Yeah, we tried it. It's just
you know what? Hold on, Gammo. You know I'm kind of a little optimistic because I don't think Mitch is gonna finish games. I want Hardenstein to finish games. I hope he does.
I will
just because
I would like that too.
I just feel like Tibbs is gonna.
And that's why I don't like Tibbs,
bro. I really found it weird that like we extended Mitch, but we still picked up Hardenstein. I would have been fine if we just replaced.
But here's the thing. Again, Mitch does. Again, he say what you want about Mitch. He controls or does a good job
that's what I'm,
both boards, bro.
But no, that's what I'm saying. With the extension of Mitch and also having Sims, I found it weird that we did pick up Hardenstein, even though I did like that acquisition.
But Hardenstein is like
he
comes from the bloodline of the Joakim Noah type of like those big pinch posts.
He can make.
Yeah, but also hold on. The thing with Hardenstein is too, right? He has good vision, especially for back doors, right? Who on this goddamn Knicks team gonna cut back doors?
Well, they better start running RJ
you're
back.
Right, too. You're right.
Obi Toppin, they use
Obi, right? It's literally just Obi. I think it's gonna be Obi and Hardenstein.
Also, RJ Barrett. This is a nice year for RJ Barrett to get a lot of easier looks with a head of steam off the ball. Like using RJ Barrett off the ball, not just for shooting.
Listen, bro.
They use RJ Barrett when Randall was in those posts not this year, 2 years ago. Even though it wasn't a lot, they were running RJ Barrett cutting through the paint. They use RJ Barrett off the ball.
Yeah, but you know you can't do that. You know you can't do that with Randall because he's not passing the ball at timely. You cannot run.
Well, we're hoping when Hardenstein gets the ball and they run the play, that you have Hardenstein making decisions. Yeah, because Hardenstein can do it.
He can do that. Oh yeah, he can do that.
But let's get back to the list. So we got Utah. We said OKC's a win. We got Utah. That's a win. Even with Donovan Mitchell.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Is it at Utah?
It's in the Garden.
Oh no,
it's at Utah.
It's at Utah.
Oh, so that's Utah's only national.
Listen, we don't win at Utah at all.
Of course, that's it.
No. But it's Utah's only nationally televised game. It'll be the return of Mitchell to.
What the hell do they have to beat? What the hell do they have to beat us, bro?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what Jordan Clarkson.
Not even that. They got the altitude.
The altitude sucks, but still, like they don't. I don't think they have really the horses that they don't have the defense anymore to really beat us. I think we take them in Utah. They only have Clarkson. I'm saying they have Beasley and some.
Okay, when was the last time we beat Denver?
Beasley about to be bought up.
Yeah, but so I'm talking about. I ain't say Denver. Denver's the next one, but we're not beating Denver. I already write that down right now.
Thank
you for the $20 super chat. He says, "I feel like the color purple when Danny Glover said it's good to see you all back together." All right, man. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Yo, what's wrong? Thank you, Jay Boogie,
take the love.
No, Jay Boogie. Yeah, look, Jay Boogie is first of all. I gotta destroy Jay Boogie in fantasy football. So it's no, it ain't no love like that right now, man. It's all about war right now. Especially,
you drafting Elijah Moore or something? Like,
you think you're funny, right? Are you drafting Daniel Jones? How's he doing? He's good.
Nah, I'm drafting Kadarius Toney though.
Oh,
Bugging on
Kadarius
everything I
Toney.
don't.
Well, you guys in real life should have drafted Parsons, but let's not talk about. I don't want to hear
I know,
about
I 100%
Thibodeau.
agree
Stop
with
it.
that, but we don't talk about that. We
Yeah.
don't talk about
You don't talk about that. Taking Kadarius, man. I know you got extra picks on that stuff. Anyway, Utah, is that a win? Is that a loss? I think that's a win.
Well,
That's a
I'm
win.
gonna say win. I'm gonna say win.
That's the win. I feel like we're owed a W because Mitch absolutely destroyed in Utah last year. He had like 22 and 23 last year.
And who
22
are their
points, 22
bigs?
rebounds.
They still have what, Favors as a Boyke?
No, not even favorites. They have Whiteside and that rookie from last year. So yeah, he'll destroy them.
Yeah, Whiteside
He did.
as a
He
Boyke.
literally,
Kansas
and
guy,
like
right?
he had 22 points and 23 rebounds last year against them. I feel like he'll be pretty good.
I hope so.
All right, fair enough. So after Utah, Denver, that's a loss. I'm not even.
Loss.
Yeah, now hold on. They don't even need to have Murray more MPJ back. It just Jokic and Bruce Brown will be alright.
And they got I forgot they got Bruce Brown and my
Yo,
son,
bro, I feel like that's such an underrated pickup. Like, Bruce Brown.
Nah, that's a big pickup, bro. For them, that's a
Bruce
big
Brown
pickup.
and
Bruce Brown's
Jokic
game,
is
bro.
so nasty, bro. Like off-ball movement and everything.
He plays like he moves
the-
around as like a center, but obviously not as a center. But how
You know what he is?
use him off the ball?
Yeah,
as
he's
a
like
center.
GP.
Cut into the paint.
Yeah, he's like GP2 for the Warriors. How they use Bruce Brown.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
really
but he's
think
more
he's had a space
effective.
with Bruce Brown.
He's more effective than GB2, in my opinion.
Who?
He's more effective than GB2 in my opinion.
No, hell no. Hell to
No,
no.
he's more effective than GP2 is probably a better defender, but Bruce Brown does a lot more on the ball.
GP2 is a better own ball.
Yes, he is.
GB2
Come on,
is a better
Mark.
own ball defender.
Yo,
I know
bro.
that's your man's son, but no.
Hold on. No. Like when GP2's on the floor, he changes outcomes to games. Like
Yeah,
like he's
but Bruce Brown, bro, I could put the ball in Bruce Brown's hands. I could play him off the ball from the outside.
And he could
in the
distribute.
paint. He
That's
could
the
break the
thing.
zone. Like no.
I got
Bruce Brown,
listen.
offensively,
I like Bruce Brown.
GP defensively is better. I'll give you that. Other than that, he's not better than Bruce Brown, bro. Come on, Mark.
He's a great finisher. Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah, he's a better
Not
finisher
better
than
than
Bruce
Brown. Mark.
GP is a better finisher.
He's a better finisher and he's a better defender, but he's not a better player
He's
than
a
Bruce
better
Brown.
fit. Oh my gosh.
I feel like GB2 is a better finisher than Bruce Brown at the rim.
Bro, maybe the numbers probably validated. I'll give you that. But as an overall offensive, no.
Nah, bro.
As an overall offensive player, no, because
Yeah.
Bruce Brown can break the zone and actually distribute.
Yes.
With GP, how
Nah,
GP
bro,
looks,
man.
nah, bro. I'm taking GP all day because
Yeah,
that defense he had, he changes games, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, so all right, fair enough, Mark. So Denver, we lose to. Golden State, we lose to at home at Golden State.
Yes. We
Yeah,
lose.
why are you even asking?
You see my boy Jordan Poole?
All right, Jordan Poole's gonna go to Orlando, right?
My
Wasn't that
son Jordan Poole. Hold on, is it at Golden State or is it in New York?
Sorry, Siri.
Is it in Golden State or in New York?
Is that
Because if we have
Golden
if we have all the NYC baddies in the front row, Jordan Poole going off for 40.
Yeah, we already know that.
That guy's he's focused though. But if he gets,
He's the
big money, I wanna see-
definition of when the baddies pull up, I'm showing out.
I want to also see what team he go. If he's not with Golden State, which team he goes to. I heard.
Nah, I think
Orlando.
they're gonna pay him.
I feel like Orlando would be the perfect fit for
They're
him.
gonna pay him. I think what's gonna happen with him, they're gonna do what I think the Knicks should do with RJ. They're gonna like see the money that he's gonna get out in it and match it. They're just not gonna just give it to him right away. So
Well, Wiggins is
I think he's
not
gonna.
there, so they'll well, but then hold up. If Wiggins is not there because he was under, they can't. This space is not going to be created with Wiggins because they're already over the cap.
Well, what they could do trade.
Because I think they had his bird, so he just would have been. It would have been a nothing burger.
You know
but
what it is,
getting rid of
too?
Wiggins
You know what
not
it is,
gonna help
too?
them, unless they trade him.
Not even
Nah,
that.
they
You know
can
what
keep both of them. They can extend both of them. It'll
No, I'm
just
saying
be hard.
I'm saying, but if they, I was saying if they got rid of it, getting rid of Wiggins doesn't do anything for them because it
No, it doesn't.
doesn't do anything.
Because they're still going to be over the cap.
Right.
Clay's kit is a lot. And especially they have to worry about
He
Draymond
said 100. He wants 100.
and Wiggins. All their extensions.
Draymond wants money. So that's wild, bro. It suits to Draymond. He just got married. So Golden State we lose to at Phoenix. We're losing to Phoenix. I know people don't like we're losing to Phoenix.
We got swept by them.
Phoenix is
CP0 rings, yeah.
We had that. Yeah, we never played Denver good. Phoenix good. Even though Tom Thibodeau in that game where he took out what's the name, Cam Reddish. That was dumb.
See what I'm talking about? See?
No, he does. No, he does. Again, I don't. I'm not. I never say he doesn't make bad.
Listen, I don't hate Tiggs, but his timing at times is just like unquestionable. Like
So
it's questionable.
What about this? OKC at OKC.
Did I have us winning? Did we have us winning the first
We
one?
had us win another one.
Yeah, it's 1-1. We'll lose. I feel like we'll if we.
Wait,
I feel like we'll win the.
Did I count that wrong? My bad. My bad. Hold on.
If I picked us to win the one in the Garden, then yeah, we're gonna lose this
Oh
one.
yeah, I'm right. All right. So hold on, I didn't even. My bad, because I didn't put OKC as a win. My bad. My bad. So OKC is a loss at OKC.
Yeah.
That's a loss.
Yeah.
Then 19, we got Portland at the Garden. That's a win.
That's a dub.
Portland is.
Yeah, that could be a dub.
Shaden
That's a
Sharp.
dub. Shaden Sharp is.
He could be good.
So,
He already got a rotated.
it's just a really big red flag that 5 minutes into your first summer league game, after you're not playing ball in 2 years, you have a rotated couple.
I don't know. He's one of those guys.
Bro, does that really? Was he actually doing anything? Like, even just having like strenuous workouts, pickups and work. Like, what was he doing for you to get hurt that quickly into your NBA career, bro? That was.
He played 5 minutes into his summer league career.
That is putrid, bro.
Yeah, no, that was a really weird pick for them, especially
I don't
them
know. Like,
defending Simons.
I like Shaden Sharp, but he give me Ben Simmons vibes, like his attitude. I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely. He looked like he don't care.
Yo,
Yeah,
bro,
I don't like
and you know he's not the first, bro. There's gonna be another weak draft in the future where players when they have the hype behind them and they just use the hype and don't work out, don't play or nothing, and just allow that to fester and get a better draft. Because if Shaden Sharp played for UK, remember when they were talking about, oh, he might be coming back, blah blah blah. Say if he played and he flopped, he drops. He possibly obviously it's a weak draft, so but he could possibly drop, and a lot of players are gonna look at that and be like, nah, I'm not gonna in a weak draft, I'm not gonna risk that. So I'll just go for Mystique. So
I hope he's good because even though he has star offensive talent.
We'll see.
He does.
Bro,
his version is.
I'm talking about when you just watch him. He does things.
I think his speed is a little over. I think his speed and quickness is a little bit overrated. On the ball, he's overrated, bro.
You know, his speed is overrated. I'm just saying purely vertical wise and his in shooting wise, because nobody can reach his high point on his jumper, so he's basically unblockable.
It's there. Okay, so put it like this, right? My issue is this, and I think the shooting is probably his most developed skill. But when we talk about okay, him creating space off the dribble, because they're probably gonna put the ball in there. Obviously gonna have Anthony Simons and stuff like that, so he'd be playing off the ball as well too.
He's big enough. Hold on, he's big enough too.
You talk about him creating space. That's some of the. I'm just concerned about some of the hype behind. Not saying he's not gonna be good. He's going to be.
I don't like his attitude. Yeah, I don't like his attitude this early. Like when he's having like you're not trying out for teams. Just like I don't like that. I think when you're young, you should just because you made it. You should just be, like doing whatever it takes to just, get into the end.
Mark, this is the game.
I know, bro.
Yo, bro, you know how many? And he didn't have an agent, but you know how many people are in his ear telling him to do that? Like what they did.
I don't like.
This ain't the first.
You know what it is? I don't like his face. His face just gives me. I don't care. I don't like.
All right. He does have that nonchalant face, and he has like the braid. Yeah,
it's like when you look at Ben Simmons, you're like, do you even care?
But here's the thing with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons since high school has been written up as being that lackadaisical, lack of fire. He ain't gonna try.
If you look at Sharp's high school reports, his sophomore year and the start of his junior year, they always said that he looked like he didn't care, and he never tried on defense. It was when he started playing AAU. It was when he started playing AAU his late in his junior year and in the start of his senior year where he became the number one prospect. Because they said he just looked a lot more physically better than everybody else on the court. His attitude, it's always been reported that he never looked like he tried on the court, especially defensively.
Yeah, most of those guys are. When you're offensive, especially and then you play in an AAU, you're not playing no. If you're offensive prospect, you're not playing no defense. You don't give an F if you're that dude. But But let's get back to so after Portland, that's a oh crap! I put Portland as a loss. My bad. Hold up, I don't know. Portland is a win, and then last game Memphis in the Garden.
John
We're
Morant.
winning that one.
That could
We're
be a
winning
win,
that
bro.
one.
That could be
We're winning that one.
I'm gonna say.
Ja's overrated.
Hey, whoa,
What?
watch your mouth, bro.
Ja's my son, but people
Watch
be
your
calling him a
mouth.
top.
Yo.
Hold on, Ja is my son. Hold on, Ja is my son. You know that.
We don't do
No,
that.
hold on, Ja is my son. You know
Yo,
that. But
chill out.
he's
You
not
bugging
a
out, bro.
top. He's not a top 3-point guard.
That doesn't make him overrated.
No, because when people call him a top 3-point guard over and over again, it's starting to make him look a little bit overrated. He's
I don't know,
maybe
yeah.
top 1.
He ain't no top
You're
3,
not-
but
You're not top
He ain't
3.
no top three, but he ain't no damn overrated. His play is.
He's not better
And I
than
saw
he-
different. I know
he-
in the playoffs, I know they lost to the whatever, but I saw a little different gear in him, bro. When he was attacking, was it game 1 or game 2? With
Oh no, I always say that against his first playoff series against Utah, dropping 46, like averaging 30 your first playoff
They should have lost
series
to the
is
Wolves
pretty
though. That's
admirable.
one thing. They lucky the Wolves did that.
Yeah,
'Cause
nah,
they done lost to the
Desmond
Wolves.
Bain carried those third
I
quarters.
told you about Desmond Bain. I'd have rather him than Quickly, bro. Jesus Christ.
Now I like Desmond Bain too, bro. In that second round, I like Desmond Bain.
Like he's like to me, he's like Klay Thompson in a way where
Hey,
he has
yo,
all star.
whoa, hey.
Nah.
What's happening there?
Nah.
Wait, hold on.
What are you doing?
Wait, Desmond Bain?
Desmond, I don't know what his middle name is. Effing Bain. Come on, bro. What are we doing here, man?
Let me ask you a question.
This guy, Mark.
Do you realize he shoots 40? Do you realize he averaged 43 for his career? He's a 43%
from outside,
shooter.
yes,
just like-
excellent 3-point shooter. But Klay Thompson.
Hold on. When Jai was out for those 20 odd games, you know he was averaging about 20 to 25 a night, right? Like
Yeah,
Klay Thompson
he
is
was killing
good.
when Ja was out. He was killing.
Listen, we never saw Klay like without like Klay's good, but
Be
he's-
careful here,
like
man.
what I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is when you look at those two players alike, they play the same way in their role. You just haven't seen enough of Baines. But if you
Give
look
me a
at
post-up.
Klay,
Give me a post up and then we'll talk. Give me a little mid-range shot by Klay and Bain, and we'll talk. Until then, I gotta respect
well, the dude is
guy
still.
that is
What,
Klay Thompson.
Bain is way better on ball than Thompson. Put the ball in Bain hands and he
yeah,
can
he's
make
a better.
plays.
Yes, he's
He's
better
much
at that.
better.
Whoa. Klay, not now. I'm not talking about now. Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson. I get this sounds bad.
Prime
In his
Klay.
Prime Clay.
Klay Thompson can attack the
Prime
back.
Clay.
Yes,
he
Klay Thom-
can't touch Bain.
Oh my, yo.
Prime-
Okay, go.
Okay, yeah. Now we're talking about like Klay.
Hold on.
We're not talking about now.
Steve Kerr even
I'm not talking
brings
about
this up
now
all the
Klay at
time.
all. I'm talking about back then Klay. It's just boring. It's like Klay has
No,
like
well,
what
hold
Kevin
on.
Porter
That-
wishes he had, like this boring
Yeah,
type
no.
of attacking off the ball on the ball. But Klay Thompson
Yeah, no,
had
bro.
I could take you to the basket type of game because he can stop and pop. So you're
Yeah,
always
nah,
guessing what he's gonna do, bro. Klay Thompson could attack the basket. I don't think Bain is better.
No.
Yeah, I consistently say that if
He
KD
can
wasn't
attack
on
the
those two teams,
basket,
Klay averages
but he
25.
you cannot give
I
Klay the
consistently say that.
basketball every time down for him to go one-on-one every time. He's not like that. He makes way bad decisions than when he's off the ball cutting. That's when he gets to the basket easily. And you can post it up from time to time. But Desmond Bain, you can give him the ball and he could go get buckets, bro.
Klay when healthy, what did he learn post up by his third, fourth year? Bro, Klay when he was healthy could do it all. Yo,
No, hold on. I'm not saying you're wrong, but not at a consistent rate. That's not his game. No.
Oh my
No, I'm
gosh.
telling you, no.
Oh my gosh! All right, you guys are smoke. Wow, this is just disgusting, guys.
When you watch Klay, when you
I
watch
consistently say
Yes,
that.
I've watched.
Kevin Durant-
I watched.
If
And I'll
Kevin-
go
hold
back
on.
and watch
Hold on.
old games.
If Kevin Durant wasn't on those three teams, wasn't on the Golden State Warriors that 3 years, Klay Thompson averages close to 25 points a game.
No, he's always hovered around 18 to 20. He's just
He averaged 20. He averaged 20 every. Hold on, yo, but Mark, he averaged 20 that year. He averaged 20 and then 22 and then 21. He averaged 14 shot attempts.
Bro, do you realize when he played with Durant, he shot over 16 attempts playing with Kevin Durant also? Go look at his shot attempts when he played with Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
Just
I
go
know.
ahead.
And again, for a player of his caliber, he should have got 20 plus. Especially with Steph, who Steph doesn't demand the ball like that. They could have equally got 20 plus shot attempts a game.
What makes Clay good is that he could do when you're talking about give him the ball down every time. He's not as like Desmond Bain. I can get Desmond Bain.
Game six Toronto before he gets injured. Game 6 Toronto before he gets injured. Every time they needed a bucket, they went to Clay.
Because when you look at most of his shots, it wasn't like dribbling, and no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like how Steph gets off.
Yeah, no, and that's literally why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Game 6 versus Toronto, the game where Toronto wins the championship. Before he gets injured, all of his buckets, he had 32 points before he got injured. All of his buckets came off the dribble.
What I'm telling you,
every time they needed a buck, they gave it to him in an ISO situation.
All right, guys.
Versus Danny Green.
Oh, guys, let me get to the last question of the night, man. So we went through the first 20 games. And we came out at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 10.
I said 5 and 5.
2 games I get cut off.
3, 4,
2 games I get cut off because I had them 8 and 12.
8, 9. Oh crap! I didn't add in. The other win was what do we say? Memphis is a win.
Yeah, we had us one. We won one. We won. We lost one. We won.
Right.
Yeah, Bain's a better dribbler, bro.
It's gonna be 10 and 10. So. Everybody, give me your final win predictions. I think we're going to be a 42-45 win team. Because their games, again, I counted 3-4 games at the beginning of the show tonight. Last year were just bad. We shouldn't have lost the games to Orlando. And some bad decision making by Tom Thibodeau. You can also count several games. Obviously, that's going to happen every year, but there were just some really bad ones that it should not be like that, especially with Brunson. And better years by Rand and RJ, who regressed last year. So I say 42-45 wins. I know Vegas has that 39.5. What do you guys say?
What you say?
What do you guys say about wins? Total wins this year?
Oh, I said 42 at best and 40 at worst.
Okay. Ethan?
I have 43 and 39.
Wow.
Where you get that extra one from?
Yo, Marcus,
let me pull up the schedule real quick.
Repeat yourself?
Let me pull up the schedule. Hold on. I need to find my extra win. I feel like we're gonna knock off a top team. We'll just have that random game.
Yeah, we have those. We had it against when we had that 40-point swing against the Bucks. We were down by 20.
Let me ask you a question.
20 something, came back and beat by 25 or 22, whatever the hell it was.
So when you add a player to your team, how many games is Jalen Brunson gonna give us? He adds. How many wins he's gonna add?
What did Payne give us 2 years ago?
I'm counting on the addition of Donovan Mitchell.
Oh Lord.
No, forget him.
Oh Lord.
I doubt we get him.
41. I got 41 and 41.
41 and 41.
Oh, that's nice, Nick.
Okay. Of course, Nick is.
Wait, hold on, Gammo. Did you hear? Did you hear about the Donovan Mitchell Utah thing?
About what? That they wanted RJ in 6 picks and we wanted to give him RJ in 4 picks?
Yeah, bro.
From that Utah, it came from some Utah reporter or something like that.
I think he was talking to Stephen.
Yeah, that's a Utah reporter. That Utah reporter also said that there's also other people in the Jazz front office who've got other offers from other teams that they really like a lot more than the Knicks offer, which is complete BS.
It's called posturing by because the other teams went over this 2, 3, 4 times, bro. The other teams do not have the assets or the players that Knicks have. The only team I can think of is like the Pelicans, and I've not heard anything about the Pelicans. They're talking about the Hornets.
Hold on, next question.
Nah.
I think the Sacramento could be a team to get Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
they have the assets, bro.
What the freaking Monk, Hoarder?
No, they could give up.
What are the picks?
They could give the picks. They could give the picks. They have their own picks.
They can offer Davion.
They can they can offer Keegan Murray if they want.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think he's gonna be a pro, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be a pro.
He's gonna be a.
You have that small backcourt with I guess we can have a small backcourt with Brunson and
yeah, but you have a small but dynamic backcourt, Fox and Mitchell.
Yeah.
Eesh. And then you got Sabonis holding it down too.
A big thing about the Donovan Mitchell trade that people got to remember too is Danny Ainge is trying to do just like he did with Brooklyn, and also like what
The Gobert deal messed
Denver
it up.
did.
He got
No,
five.
what Denver did to the Knicks, that went 6
Another-
months. And the longer and longer you just hear the same things, just like you're hearing right now. They picked
Yeah.
up talks, they dropped talks, they picked up talks, and then James Dolan lost patience,
Right.
But
and
the
that was the
thing
big thing. So
Think-
if James Dolan does not get involved, we'll
Yeah.
still have assets at the end of the trade, and we'll have a trade, but it'll take more than 6 months.
It's not even that, bro. Like with Danny Ainge, bro, he wants when you talking about picks, he wants the Knicks unprotected. Those,
wants your soul.
not the
He wants your soul.
stupid protected picks. He don't want those. He wants the unprotected ones, which those are the ones that gives you more power to do
Well,
things to
And here's the thing
add.
with Danny
players.
Ainge too. Can I say something real quick? Danny Ainge, he's been relatively lucky too because let me say something. Billy King is one of the worst GMs of any sport, of any period, of all of time continuum. Billy King does not get enough credit for being one of the worst decision makers of all time. So what he
That
did
was
with the
hard.
Nets, he fleeced the Nets, but that was such an asinine decision to think that you're trying to recreate the Boston Celtics of 2008 when they made that trade for a wash up Katie and poor Pierce, and then basically gave Celtics Jaylen Brown in their future. Like that was so dumb. So I just think now I think that's a wait and see. It's a wait and see, and the longer they wait, one, you're winning meaningless games. Like they're going to be games that Donovan Mitchell is going to go out there, and he's going to win you games. So that hurts your draft stock. And then the further it's prolonged, that means the other teams weren't serious. That means
Here's your question, Gammo.
smoke, and you really don't have leverage like that. Outside of you just not making a trade,
Gammo.
obviously, but you don't have much leverage,
Gammo.
especially what you want to do. And Wembayama this year is going to be whoring for Wembayama. And you're way behind. If you have Donovan Mitchell, you have not made that trade yet, and he's winning you games, you're going to be way behind the Spurs and all these other teams that are still gunning for him. So the Knicks have leverage. Just be smart about it. Just be smart.
Hold
Do
on.
I want Donovan here? Yes. Do I think that we should have? Yes. But let's be honest. Can I just say, this sounds crazy. Do you actually need Donovan Mitchell?
You needed him some aspect, but not 6-round picks, fam.
That's what I'm saying. You don't. I want Donovan Mitchell here. I think it gets us closer to winning. But do you need? Because we're not a team that's ready like that. Jalen Brunson, he signed there.
No.
It's probably understand his hey, look, we don't get a star. Whatever. There's gonna be some time. We're trying to build it out, but you gotta be a little bit patient. This ain't a team that we're right there. We made that trade to get our third star. So again, I would love Jalen.
People don't understand
Mitchell, but we don't need him to give him
what
everything.
Danny Ainge did. What Danny Ainge with that Gobert deal, it just made the asking price for Mitchell more because he's more of a commodity player. And the thing is, they said the Knicks would have offered RJ in 4 picks, right? Mm-hmm. But they tried to offer Randall. They said no to him. The first thing they was trying to offer Randall, they said no.
Why would I want the years in that contract when I'm trying to build out a new team and I'm horning for Wembayama? And also too with RJ, this is why I don't believe it too, because you're gonna have RJ Barrett, you're gonna have to pay him.
But the thing is, right? If you look at Utah's roster, they're not like if they're going into the West. If you look at the West and look at Utah's roster, the only they have 3 players who you count on every night, and I still don't think they're good enough. Because Rudy Gobert defensively for them in the season, they need that, and he's that good. So without him, defensively, they could still lose bad.
Oh, bro, I think a lot of stuff is hogwash because I looked at these teams they said are interesting. We went over this before. Yeah. They're not better than the Knicks. Everything's all this team could do. Danny Ainge is trying to scrum for whatever leverage he can find, bro. We're in the Knicks like this. People may not. I'm not the biggest fan of the front office, but I have to give him credit. The Jalen Brunson, they make this deal. I put like this. Don't give up your square. There's no need to do that. I see people on Twitter crying every day. When that report came out about every Nick sees it, when he's come back, he sees this garbage. People cry, oh, this front office needs to make a decision. I'm like, yo, guys, this is negotiations. We have the leverage. This is smart. And if it doesn't happen, you can't kill the Knicks front office. It's Danny Ainge. He wants
and Gammo too.
Unreasonable. And he's not in a good spot to do that because again, if you want Wembayama, you need to clean out everything that can help you win now. Teams are gearing up for teams are gearing up for Wembayama. The Spurs right now, Popovich is twerking in front of 2023 draft right now, bro. He don't want to win for nothing next year.
Yeah, but the way
Blake Wesley's not playing more than 25 minutes next year. Go ahead, bro.
as long as they're a bottom
My son Josh Primo about
a bottom 5 team, Utah, like as long as they're a bottom 5, they have a chance at the first round pick because again, the way the odds are. So you could be the worst in the league and not get the first round pick. So I'm looking at Utah roster and you look at the West and what went down. It's gonna be hard for them to win games, bro. They could go on bad losing streaks, and they could purposely do things.
Mark,
they want
to be like the freaking and also too, God forbid, knock on wood too. There's also injury risk, right? You don't want to. There we go too. He's damaged, or I'm just saying, it's just. And
what is okay? What is?
Go, Mark.
What is Mike Conley right now?
Sorry, thank you for the $7. Thank you for the $14 Canadian dollars. Thank you. So my brother 7 from Twitter, man, he says, "What's good, Legion?" Is 7 from Twitter just tapping in the show right now. I appreciate it, my guy. Go ahead, Mark. I apologize for cutting you off.
Is Conley a factor?
Hell no. What did you say? No.
So you only So when you look at Utah roster, Donovan Mitchell, he's not gonna lead you to wins where it's like by himself. No, him and Rudy was a tandem.
There's gonna still be games where Donovan Mitchell's gonna have a monster 40 game and help them win.
Oh yeah, I understand. I understand that. I understand that. But when I'm looking at their roster, even when he has those games, who else is gonna show up for that team?
I mean, they still got bucket getters like they still got Brunson, Beasley.
Oh, okay.
They still got Beasley. To me, Beasley
score. He's going to give you a few games of 20 points, 30 points. He's going to.
Hold on. So my thing is though, Utah's going to have enough offense because so Clarkson and Beasley can have their 1 game on, 1 game off. So one of them's automatically going to show up. They still got Bogdanovich, I think, if I'm the top of my head correctly. They still got Bogdanovich. Yeah, but he's still 20. He still give you 17.
Who?
Yeah, Bojan Bogdanovich.
Oh no, he's good. I like him. I would have loved him.
He disappeared in the playoffs.
I like him.
I liked him 2 years ago. He was like a bucket getter in that Indy series.
Pacers, bro. He was.
In that Indy series against LeBron, he was nice.
Ooh, he was game 7. They were right there, yo, son. That squad. Man, they beat LeBron.
That was a fun.
That goaltend on Oladipo. They should have called a goaltend on the Oladipo. When LeBron blocked the shot on Oladipo, it was a goaltend. Go back and look. They would have won if that wasn't a goaltend.
Yeah, but yo, guys, I appreciate this. Let me say a shout out to Harwell, my brother, man. Thank you for joining us, Delano Still. Also, everybody in the chat, man. Please go subscribe to For Our Love of the Game podcast. Project a Nerd. My guy Harwell, as well as Worldwide L. Salute to you guys, man.
Shout out to the Mets.
I will try. I'm trying to do this one damn episode of the top backcourts in the Eastern Conference. This came up. The schedule came up, and bro, I'm trying to have this damn what's saying. I might have a Spaces on Twitter, so join me there. But I'm trying to do this. Maybe I do it on Sunday or something like that. But I wanted to talk about the best backcourts in the East.
The Mets won me some money tonight.
I know that right now. 9-5. Brandon Beatty 1 for 4 with a 2-run home run. His first.
I need the Yankees to win
first
too.
at bat. You know what I'm saying, man. But guys, I appreciate it. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody, all the content creators, man. God bless you guys, man. But until next time, peace, salute, God bless. And on that note,
don't be a Mets man.
Why? Before you leave, what is this? What is this? Who's? I think we're the second best team in the league. Who's the second best? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Who?
Nick is a hater. What are we doing here?
You just put yourself up for disappointment, man.
What are we doing?
Come on, stop.
Let's not be haters tonight, all right? My Mets are doing well. We're up 9-5 right now in the ninth inning, 1 out, even though your man Marte just missed the freaking fly. It did hit the wall. But let's not hate right now. Let's not do that. Let's just go off.
Mets won me $800 tonight.
That's
$800.
Everybody. Let's chill out.
That is beautiful.
Let's stop that.
Next time, just bet on the Yankees or something.
All right, the Yankees who been what 10-18. Man, Yankees, man.
Wait, hold on. Don't jinx me because they was just down. They tied up right now. Don't jinx me. I
ain't trying to jinx nobody. Don't tell me no damn Yankee. This guy. Anyway, I see you guys later. Peace, God bless. We're out of here.
I need the Yankees to win tonight. parlay with him, bro. Crazy.
Yo,